live.
And welcome back to Bring Your Own Bard. Not much to report on this week. For announcements, we will be back playing same time, same place next week, Monday, 7:20 to 10 p.m. So join us there. So jumping right into it. Recapping where we were.
Cutting right to business.
Yeah, jumping right in. In last week's episode, we had...
Captain Rock.
Yeah, you had, the week before previously, dealt with the red caps underneath the Tinker's Trinket. You had spent the last day collecting your supplies you would need for your journey to Icemark. What else did we do? We collected supplies. You went back and talked to Talia.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of shopping was done. There was a bunch of time spent talking to the fishermen, thinking about going on a witch hunt. There was some amazing crafting done.
We swindled that Rips dude.
Outstanding knots.
You
got
didn't
that guy.
swindle. You sold them a fair price.
Mm-hmm.
He looks great in that armor.
That was really cool.
Great.
Very well done.
Yeah.
Very well done.
Yeah.
You jumped the ferry over to Ice Ferry.
We lost West.
Oh yeah, we did lose track of West.
Or did
Yeah, we don't know.
Or are we being watched this
Yeah,
way?
you now have an enemy who's a shapeshifter, so that'll be fun.
Yeah. Not ideal.
And
that keeps me on my toes a little bit.
it should keep you all up at night. And then
Yeah.
you made your way to Ice Ferry, where walking into the tavern, you noticed, Gixrat noticed, the pair of cloaked figures sitting at one of the corner tables wearing a red cloak and a purple cloak, matching the description of the witches the fishermen had warned him about, or been rambling about. And you were called over to another table by a gentleman known as Captain Rock, who is your captain for this upcoming voyage. And with that, let's jump right in.
Righto, Captain Rock. Good to meet you, sir. Might I ask how you know our mutual acquaintances?
Well, this is the last ferry into Icemark for the night, and was told it was a kind of a ragtag group of adventurers, and...
Yes. Well, I'm sure you know we're trying to keep things rather confidential, if you don't mind.
Oh, trust me, confidential is what we do.
Oh, yes. I'm very sure.
Estrid hired us because she trusts us. And because of that, her trust extends so far. And we are willing to take you with us, but understand that we don't trust you yet.
Sure, yes.
So-
I mean, that's entirely feasible, and of course, naturally how it goes. But soon enough, I think you'll learn to trust a few things about me. Mainly my lute playing. It's got to be the finest, and I very much love to show new people the lengths and the limits to which my songs can go, and the heavens to which they can reach.
Well, I look forward to it on the journey.
Oh, I'm sure you can, my friend.
And the rest of you. I didn't even get your name, by the way.
Gixrat,
Gixrat,
Captain Rock.
pleasure to meet you.
The
And
pleasure
rest
is
of
all
your
mine.
party.
I am Aden Vasquez, at your service.
Pleasure to meet you, Aden.
I'm Elthoron.
Elthoron?
I am Groot.
Yeah. I go by Karzjo.
Karzjo? Nice to meet you.
He goes by Karzjo, eh? Interesting.
My true name is pronounced in Amaroon and sounds like a bunch of cat noises, a bunch of meows, but
I go by Karzjo, but the real name is...
But, as I've told you already, my name is Captain Rock. He gestures to his companion sitting at the table. I was like, this is, Nira is our first mate. And then,
Tell me, Captain Rock,
yes.
do you know anything of the fair maidens sitting in the corner here that seem to be rather eccentrically dressed in garb? Or are they just passerbys in your eye?
Well, they actually just came in this morning for the first time. I'd never seen them here in Iceberry before.
I see. Do you find that intriguing?
I mean, all sorts of people come through Icemark. Or through Iceferry. So, it's... I mean...
It's about as weird as the sound gets.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where... If you're looking to run a shady deal out of Karlsgard, it's easier to do it here. And just move things. There's a lot of weird activity here.
More confidentiality, some underground movement.
It's, I mean, easily, it's a port, it's at the main mouth of the river here, and so it's easier for, if someone's meeting up with incoming or exporting goods, it's easier to do it here, out of the eye of, you know, the crown, and then move things back and forth from Karlsgard as sees fit.
And very trustworthy you are to her maid in the ash eyes.
So,
So,
Icemark. I'm assuming, well, I'm hoping some of you have some experience sailing. And this is not just a bunch of, you're not a bunch of landlubbers who are going to spend the whole voyage throwing up on my ship.
I can't promise
We have
the yak,
all
but
been sailing before, so you needn't worry about us.
he tends to like peeing when he's very overly concerned about things, and you choose a lot of cud that could always come up any moment. So I would keep most of an eye on this fellow, of anybody. Yes, plus also he's an ag creature, so he's obviously meant for land. I'm sure he's spent a number of years on boats, though. You never know. He doesn't speak, so.
Really?
Really?
Well then.
And so, Captain, how long do you expect?
You wonder how he's made
It's
it
a
this
good
long.
thing you can't read minds, Gixrat. It's a
Pardon
good
me,
thing you can't read
pardon me.
minds.
The audience can't read minds. Holy cow.
Captain, how long do you expect this journey to take us to Icemark?
Icemark? Well, it should take... If we leave first thing in the morning, with good weather, we should be able to make Icemark in 2, maybe 3 days. It's not too long of a journey.
That is very nice.
Yes.
And do you expect any trouble along the way? Weather or other such matters?
It's the open ocean, the steaming sea. Like, it's, you never know what you'll see out there.
Yes.
So just be prepared for anything. Typically, we can outrun almost anything if we so choose.
That's not ominous. at
Almost
all.
anything?
Almost anything. There's some things you don't outrun.
What's something that you can't outrun?
Well,
I tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
yeah, I mean, things you can't outrun are typically things along the lines of, you know, fjord Lenorms, maybe your occasional megalodon, which you don't see those here very often. Some pirate ships that use magic would easily outrun us. We would not be able to outrun a dragon. But otherwise, we could outrun most of what we will see out there.
Very good.
And if
We
cornered,
better not bump into a dragon.
if we get cornered, we can always fight our way out. It's not the end of the world.
Do you say that in?
We can.
Do you say that in Yak or in English? Or-
Yak.
See, I told you. He doesn't speak. The silent type.
Well,
Gotta love him. Anywho, I suppose we shan't waste your time any longer. At what time are we planning to depart?
first thing in the morning, we're just finishing up our dinner here in the tavern, and we will be spending the night on the ship. You have the option, if you want to, you can spend the night in the ship as well, or you can stay the night here in the tavern. It's up to you.
Yes. Well, I don't suspect you charge for room and board though, so
No.
that is one benefit. Keep your eyes out. Save your coin.
For some of you landlubbers, gives you a look. It's like, if you want to spend one last night on solid ground, you could do it here.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Landlubbers.
And your ship, it is just, how can we find it? Down at the docks?
Our ship is down at the docks. It is the Shadow's Lark.
Alright.
What kind of accommodation can you offer for the night?
On the ship, a dry hammock.
Mm.
That'll be warmer than sleeping outside, but not incredibly warm.
And it's undercover?
Yes.
Well, we thank you for your time. I'm sure we will see you at some point later. And I think we shall get some food and discuss ourselves one last little bit here before we go.
Very good. With
You
that,
bet.
Hakeem and his crew members get up and head out.
Do they look like a shady?
I don't like the looks of that guy. Roll
Or do they
perception.
look like uniformed sailors?
Roll perception.
I mean, so as they're heading
Do
out,
I get a bad feeling about him?
he's wearing, like, you could roll perception if you want. He's wearing a,
It's just really funny at those.
I am
the
distracted by
possibilities
the
are very
airs.
simple.
That would be an 18 for perception.
Okay.
yeah, he's wearing a, like, he's wearing just like a dark, like, leather, like, long, like, trench coat, and, like, wasn't wearing a hat when he came in, but just put one on before leaving, and he's got, like, graying hair, like, salt pepper graying hair, and a beard, and, like, the hair's, like, slicked back. Beard's really, like, clean cut. His crew that's with him, they don't look, they're not, like, uniformed crew. But they're also not, like, too terribly dressed. Like, the first mate that he introduced you to, Nira, is a woman with, like, dark skin, and then, like, colorful, like, sashes and, like, outfits. And you are up north, so a heavy coat that's kind of a bright yellow, like a really light colored yellow leather, with, like, bright colored, like, sashes and a belt.
Is he like jacked, or is he like tubby?
I mean, he's not jacked, but he's not tubby. He's kind of in the middle. Like, got a little bit of a dad bod going on.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel that.
you know, he looks
really
like
do.
he can handle himself, but he's not like, he doesn't have a six pack, you know.
Okay. Okay.
Well, back in the cold, dried lands that we all met up once at, isn't it just simply poetic? Except for you, Elthoron.
Shall we get some food and have some nice time here in the tavern before we depart? It might be our last evening amongst friends.
With fresh food, yes.
Any one of us could die on this voyage. Place your bets now.
I instantly brighten up and look over at Gixrat. Instantly. You kind of look over and see that Baryakamule having this like pleasant thought running through his mind.
Mm-hmm.
We order some food and drinks, and
I mean, you remember the bartender here.
And
It's
Icemark life for me. Have the
his
ladies
name
come
is
up and-
Sigbjorn.
Sigbjorn Rindel,
Yep, Sigbjorn Rindel.
the classic. The real homie himself.
Welcome back.
Ah, yes, you remember us.
Yes.
Do you ever forget a face?
Well, I mean, you almost had a fight in my tavern.
Ah, yeah. That's hard to forget.
How about
Yeah.
that?
You're trying to say that fights are not normal in your tavern?
Not at, like, 10 in the morning. I mean, a fight after a long night happens, but at 10 in the morning when people meet each other and fight over breakfast, not so often.
Well, I suppose we're your lucky exception.
Oh, yeah?
Well, we're here to order your finest dish.
Awesome.
Or your second finest, if that's out.
We have the finest. It's,
That.
yeah, caribou steaks with bread and a tankard of ale.
Classic.
Ah, One for me.
Classic.
Yep.
Are the caribou organic?
Well, I mean,
This
we
is very
don't.
important.
We go out and hunt wild caribou. They're not like cage-raised caribou or anything.
Are they imported?
Yes, are they important to the ecosystem?
Yes, but we don't overhunt them, and seasonal.
Oh, this is encouraging.
Yep.
Sounds ethical. I will partake in this meat-based dish.
Awesome. Anyone else? Do you still like the grass and berries?
Yes, please. I give you the yak chortle.
Grass and berries. No, sorry,
It's like
acid.
a
Chortle.
kind of
Like a little bit
very,
like a.
very
little-
bovine.
Yep. So, does everyone else want the special too?
Caribou
Yes.
steak.
Just the special.
Your gosh
I'll
darn
take
right.
this special.
So it's gonna dinner will run you like 1 silver each,
Okay.
but everyone gets a special. Baryakamule, you'll get a plate. You get a plate full of the grass and fresh berries.
Sweet.
I suppose that might be cheaper for Baryakamule too, because it's just
Yeah.
berries
I mean,
and grass.
we're talking the frozen tundra. Berries and grass are gonna be hard to come by as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm
that's a fair
still
point.
giving a full silver because I
fair
appreciate
point.
he remembers.
I'm
full
saying it
silver
could
for
be
me.
more than a silver.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Very nice, man.
You never know. I mean, it is pretty cold and bitter out here. So a little bit dried up, a little bit lacking.
Yeah. So, you get your dinners, and what are you doing?
Gorging down my caribou steak, and
Just
I'm also
mow
curious if
down
they have
on it.
any ice wine out here.
Ice wine?
Yes.
They would probably have some. They would have some ice wine.
Mhm. Well,
That
similarly to when I went out to acquire it, looking for the same person who had it before. I'm taking my time with these just eccentric-looking people. Not rushing it.
so you're just looking for some.
Some nice local
Some ice
ice
wine.
wine to fill in the flask for the fine voyage.
Okay. So a bottle of wine is probably gonna run you like. It's so the stuff is like so all over the place.
I think Pathfinder needs simple wine prices.
Well, yeah, because like you pull up a bottle of wine. There we go. It's gonna run you. It's
70 gold.
no, it's not a fine wine. So it's gonna cost you like probably 5 silver for a bottle.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Big spending.
Good spending indeed. Good eating, good spending, good sleeping.
Well, friends, if it is all the same to you, we might as well stay on the ship before heading off in the morning. Should be comfortable enough. What do you say?
I agree. Give you the nod.
Similarly with it, you are
I
down
think that'll
to
be fine.
down to dig it. Can you dig it? All right, so I come back into the tavern. I'm guessing by now, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes have passed. If it's like a house that's relatively far down the street, are the women still in the corner?
Yep. Still sitting there.
All right. Well, on my second time in, I approach them and I say, "Excuse me, I happened to notice your fine apparel and couldn't just help but be amazed by it. It looks like it's in quite fine quality, and I simply wanted to correct you, or compliment you."
So, both of them kind of like look over at you, and one of them you can see the one in the purple hood. The hood's pulled down really low over their face, so you can't see much of their face, but their skin's kind of a really pale gray color. The other one who looks at you also has really pale, more like light, like a really pale like skin tone, colored skin in the red hood, and her hood's pulled a little bit farther back so you can see her face, and her eyes are solid black.
They're ASMR. No, just kidding.
Interesting. Yeah.
Wow.
And
not quite like your complexion. Can I do a check, like a history check to see what kind of race they are?
Yeah, go for it. Roll a history check for me.
Alright. Let's see. Does it look magical? Or is it just
The appearance?
exotic? Because I'm wondering if I can roll an occultism check for it. Like
You could roll an
knowledge.
occultism check if you want to.
Recall the knowledge.
While Gixrat is doing that at the table, like, well, friends, we have a few moments. We are going our way to risk many things, our lives, and so it might be fitting to risk a little coin among us. Would anyone like to gamble? And I pull out a 20-sided die.
My ears spark up. Gambling? Huh?
Oh, you're over there. Yeah.
Okay. I kind of want to reuse a hero point because this is a rocker. A rocker. You know what? I'm going to.
20-sided die.
Yep.
10 gold per person.
Alright.
Highest number wins.
Reused it. 27.
27.
Yeah, I'll play. I'll play you, Aden.
I bring out 10 gold coins and place them on the table.
Watch out for that one.
10 gold coins.
Anyone else?
High spender here.
You know, it is only a little bit, right? We have been fortunate the last couple of days.
I set him on the table, but closer to me, like not out in the middle of the table.
Mine are way out in the middle. Boom pile. Hey, Karzjo, Baryakamule, either of you.
Sure, let's go ahead and join. Karzjo has money to spend.
At least Gixrat is not playing.
I tell you in Yoden that Minotaurs are warriors of fate, not gamblers.
I have
But
no
what
idea
if
what he
fate
said,
dictates that
but
you're
I
going to win?
nod and smile.
Yeah.
All right.
Aha.
I bring out the die, and I roll it in the middle of the table. It's an 18. My friends?
Rigged!
I mean, it was.
That's a roll.
It was, right? It was an 18?
It looks like it. I have my glasses on.
So we all roll?
Yeah.
And then whoever rolls closest to it.
14.
Does that include you?
No, it's just highest.
17.
I'm sorry, my friends. It is a very good try.
Yet again.
Grab the gold coins.
Oh, that's a lot of gold.
Most unfortunate.
It is a little bit.
Well,
Anyone want to go again?
players of honor.
20 this time. Let's do 20.
20 gold. I push 20 out. Hey, you roll, friend. My friend Elthoron.
I still want to play this.
10. Gives you an even chance.
Even chance. And I roll a 19.
It is rigged.
Not your night, my friend.
Absolutely
I am
rigged.
sorry.
Absolutely slammed.
You're wasting all the good rolls. You're making money doing it.
30 gold!
Screw it.
Oh my gosh.
No, my friends. I do not wish to. We are all friends
30
at this
gold.
table. But you're over with the, aren't you?
No, but I'm just saying, dude, Elthoron.
No, I'm
Gotta make it
done.
back.
I
Nah, I'm cutting my losses. I'm
roll the
cashing
coins
out.
over at you. Roll the coins over at you and
Just
and walk off.
Hey,
get up and walk around the room a bit.
I head over to the
Walking
bartender.
off the sting.
Like to buy like 4 big ales and take them back to the table.
Yeah, that'll cost you like 1 gold to get 4, like their best ales, like big ones. Actually, would even take cost that. Did you get me one? I don't think it will. It'll cost like,
I'll tip him. Give him a gold.
yeah, 1 gold would get you like, easily get you.
So I come back and I just set down 4 tall frothy ales at the table and recline back and watch.
Gixrat one, SMH.
Exactly.
SMH. You can get your crewmate one. Savage. Alright, anyways.
With 27.
Mm-hmm.
Just the brief look that you get and they both turn to look at you. The one with the hood up, you can't see their face, but based on the way the hood looks on them, you're guessing they're a tiefling.
Oh.
They're what?
A tiefling.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You're guessing they're a tiefling. The
A
one
what?
sitting a tiefling.
Tiefling.
Oh.
Need a picture?
Tiefling,
Do
anyone?
you have a
Tiefling? Tiefling?
Search online. TIEF ling.
Yeah, they're in the advanced players guide as a race you can play as.
Yes.
The one sitting across from them,
Interesting. Do they have, like, horns?
they do, and that's how you can tell with the hood up.
Black
Okay.
Interesting.
The one sitting across from them appears to be Night Elise.
Oh, wow.
Knight Elise?
Night Elise. Nidal.
Oh, Nidalese.
Nidalese.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that's
What
why
is that?
They're another
From there.
humanoid
Do we
race.
know?
They're from someplace in the like inner sea,
Uh-huh.
and they're like they lived in caves for a long period of time or something during the collapse, and so they
Okay.
have dark vision, but their eyes are like completely black.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So they're not fey, they're like demonic.
Night Elise are not. Tiefling can be. They could be a tiefling because of a curse on them.
How do you spell Nidalese?
Night Elise is Nidalese. The country and the race is like Nidal.
Okay. Do they respond to?
So the Night Elise woman. Oh, thank you.
Yes, of course. Might I inquire what area you got such fine garb from? I'm somewhat of a connoisseur myself. And...
Oh, we're not from around here. We travel.
Oh, do you now? Do you?
Yes.
Well, what brings you up to Icemark, if you don't mind me asking?
What brings you up to Icemark?
Oh, gold, easily. That's got to be the answer. And somewhat of, well, stretched situation as well. We once had a means of transportation, no longer do. Always looking for folk who might know how to find their way around and navigate.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
In other words, we're looking for a ship.
So pirates then.
Not quite, not quite. Merchants. There's a distinct difference.
Without a ship.
Oddly enough, not our finest moments.
So not pirates yet.
Oddly enough, we misplaced ours. Oh god.
Just like to procure goods
Um,
without asking.
Trying to acquire means as legitimately as possible.
Huh?
We don't believe in outright crime. Unless it's necessary. You never know.
Well, we're here on business.
Ah, very, very interesting. Very interesting, yes. Well, if you are not from around here, there is an item that I have been meaning to find somebody who would be an enthusiast of such things. Very hard-pressed to have found anybody in this local area who would be interested in a relic, in fact. It is an item that I acquired off of, well, it was a shipwreck that we were stationed out to visit, and there was actual context behind this item that it was devoted. It seemed to be hidden away, some kind of a talisman. You know, the Elven people, if you've done your homework and have come up here, are not very magically inclined or religious, but I'm sure should you, with means of transportation, be able to make it out, you can profit off of selling this for quite a fine price, in fact. This talisman is quite handsomely conditioned and seems to resemble. Can I do an occultism check to see what like it's dedicated to?
The talisman?
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Cool. $19.
You're not really sure.
Alright, I'm gonna fib it. Let's see. It seems to be dedicated to Asmodeus, in fact. He's Chileaxian, if you've heard of her. Yes.
Yes,
Quite
we've
fun.
Heard of her.
Yes. Chaos God, you know. Southbound, it seems to be rather dominated area with high influence. Depending on your political outlook, that may be good or bad depending on you, but from an entrepreneurial outlook, it's always profitable. Growing influence, growing culture, you know, the Taldor, a dying country, you know how that all goes.
Of course.
Yes. So, would you be interested in perhaps purchasing this? This is part of the reason why I'm inquiring, of course.
Do you have the item with you?
Yes, of course, I pulled it out and I have my talisman.
She's just like, oh, Ooh, can I see it?
You may look, of course, but
She looks like, Sybil, can you? And the tiefling looks over at it and just one with the hand sees like shimmer magic across their eyes, and they're like, it is a gallows tooth.
a gallows tooth. Oh my, very interesting. Okay. Perhaps I was correct. Is this not also dedicated to Asmodeus, or am I simply?
It's a and the tiefling's not talking. He's like, it's a weapon talisman that you can activate to increase your attack against.
To strike true.
Yes.
I see.
But it requires some expertise.
And you must affix it, of course.
Yes. And judging by your lack of understanding what it is, I'm assuming you do not have that expertise.
Well, quite obviously. I would still be willing to sell it, though. I'm sure you guys know the true value of it better than me, but I do have an item. An affixed item that seems to not lie itself. In fact, it's a scale of Abadar himself. And I measured it. I can display directly in front of you to prove that it is worth exactly 100 gold in its weight. For the magical properties it possesses, I think that's a fair bargain, my friend.
So 100 gold?
Yes.
They kind of look at each other, and the Knight of Lee's one was like, that is a very fine price. I will give you 100 gold for it then.
Oh, well,
And she does.
fair enough. Sounds like a bargain to me.
Eager about it. They seem a little eager about the price.
Do I do perception to see how much they're interested in it? Can I?
You just agreed.
I'm not rolling well
Yeah,
at
just
all.
agree.
There's like,
Set the
All right,
price
pulled
and
out 100
agreed to
gold.
it.
Yeah. All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure. You guys seem like a very knowledgeable batch of people, and I'm always learning something new every day. So now I'll add to my repertoire of knowledge the fine mystique of a gallows tooth. Perhaps we can all benefit from this. You never know.
I mean,
But
possibly. You see another one, you would, now that you know what it looks like and what they can be used for,
yes,
you could always find another one.
Yes,
I mean, you would have to learn
or
how
perhaps
to...
wisen up to it as well. Learn how to affix it. Do you perhaps know anybody who would be related to learning about such runes, or where you can get such knowledge and information? Would it be libraries based on where you might be from, or?
And that's when they kind of go a little bit quiet, and the tiefling is like, it is a, how would you say, it is a magical skill that you would have to learn to be able to identify magic, and it's not one you will find here. And there really isn't much of a home for magic in these parts.
Yes, I've come to notice. I'm somewhat
Yes.
of a magician myself. I like to play occultist incantations.
It's probably something you could learn if you found the right tutors and you pursued things. But
Probably identify magic.
yes.
I see. Yes, I've heard. Take care. I wish you the best. I was gonna buy them drinks, but I bought too many people drinks at this point. I'm gonna run out of gold. All right. Sold to the monkey goblin. All right.
All right.
Is the
So
screen
you have
frozen
nothing.
for anyone else?
Yeah, one.
Yep. So, yep.
Okay. Try it out.
So earlier after gambling, I just got up and walked around the room. Can I do an Elven lore check to see if there's anything I recognize or any people I recognize?
Go for it.
Roll a 15 for a 32.
32. So what specifically are you looking for with the Elven lore? Just people groups you'd recognize, or?
People or artifacts hanging on the wall? Yeah. Is there any? Well, people in particular. Yeah.
I mean, everyone that's in here either appears. Most of them are Ulfen. You would see a couple who were Yuan Ti from over the top of the world, who are probably here either incoming with shipments of goods, or they are getting ready to have sold their goods and are getting ready to head back over the top of the world. Outside of the two that Gixrat are currently talking to, everyone else seems to be a local, or have been, they're from like this northern climate, like warmly dressed, heavier garb. The tavern itself is pretty plain. I mean, the stuff on the wall is like, old axes or shields, or like, the occasional like troll skull or shark tooth, like giant shark tooth on the wall, like stuff like that. Like,
Sure. Pretty standard. Okay.
yep.
Sounds good.
Pretty standard stuff. Well, I play a musical number.
Okay.
Gosh darn it. Can I roll the performance die?
Go roll for bonus.
Let's go. It's gonna be another like super low roll. Which one do I use? I don't know. Oh my gosh. I can't roll above a 10. Yikes. Not again! I'm having PTSD.
Maybe
The
instrument tuned.
yeah.
25.
25.
Yeah.
People are just kind of like tuning you out. Yeah.
I'm not meant for this career path. Starting to accept it.
Multi-class. Be something.
I'm gonna have to.
I am feeling quite jovial, and so I am tapping my foot and really enjoying the music.
Just pure pity at that point.
Yeah.
No. I honestly am enjoying the.
Great. I'm glad. I'm glad someone enjoys it. Once there was a fair as made.
Yeah.
Well, should we make our way to the ship?
Yeah, with that, you're able to pass the night without any other. Nothing much changes from there. The crowd starts thinning out.
Okay.
And with that, if you head down to the docks,
To the Shadow Lark.
you have been here. Most of you have been here before, and so you know where the docks are at. And there's not much else in, Ice Ferry. And you also came in at the docks, so you would know exactly where you're going. Rolling out to the docks. The ships you see here are all either barges or they are like Ulfen longships. And there's one ship that is a. So for you, Aden, you would recognize it as. Actually, just go ahead and make me a sailing lore check, or whichever is your lore that you do.
Yeah, sailing. Yeah, 20.
20. You would recognize this one stands out from the other ships. It's like a smaller single-masted ship that looks to be built to be exceptionally fast.
Shallow bottom.
Shallow enough, not like super deep. It's a sloop, so it looks like you have a main deck, and then a below deck where crew and stuff would store, and then it's relatively small.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
If only we could light a fire on the ship to warm ourselves up, but that seems rather counterintuitive.
Yeah, bad idea. How would they do that? They have to have some way
I
like
know. Oil lamp?
Some fire pots, stoves.
yeah, like some sort of like small fires
Kind
in
of like metal casing.
like
the
probably like
ki-
whale
the kitchen or
It's
something.
probably like whale fat. Like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whale
so
blubber.
there'd be some way to keep things warm inside. It's not going to be like super warm, but it won't be like sleeping outside.
Yeah. Or will it? I don't know. Maybe a pirate's life or a ship sailing life is just miserable.
But anyway,
Anyways.
as you head down to the deck, head down the game, like the dock to it, down there's a gangplank up to the ship, and you can see there are like torches lit on deck, and there are lanterns lit, and there are people that are like there are people moving around on the ship.
Most
Walking up.
And as you walk up, the two crew members that are like working and setting stuff up, one of them is the first mate that you met earlier, Naira, and the other one is humanoid, very large humanoid, like kind of grayish skin, really like burly, huge, like person who's helping like move barrels and supplies around. And as you climb up onto the ship, Nira turns to see you and says, well, you've made it. We've obviously been introduced. This is Cole. He is a bosun here on the ship. And so he is in charge of ropes and supplies and making sure everything is up and running, and we're just currently making sure everything is prepared for tomorrow's departure.
All right.
What's her name?
She is Nira, Nira, and the bosun's name is Cole, Kol. And I mean, he looks like he's like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, seems like a big boy. Does he,
Chunky boy.
bosun?
He's the bosun.
Does he match the stature of Baryakamule?
He's probably as tall as Baryakamule, but he's a little bit like thicker. He's like he's pretty solid.
Okay, kind of like Andre the Giant, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of straight out from Princess Bride.
Well-
I'd say Baryakamule, I'd watch out for this one. I like kind of
Does he?
tap him on the arm.
So he's not fully human then?
No.
Is he part giant?
Roll me a perception check.
Can I just talk to him in Yodin, see if he responds?
You could.
I just want to give like a Yodin, like a greeting as I walk by.
How do you?
Yeah. And he's gonna like his face kind of lights up and he looks at you and back in you and is like responds like, it's good to meet you and have another person who speaks Jotun on the ship.
I stop, walk in, and kind of just sling my axe on my shoulder and just go have a pleasant conversation with them.
Sweet.
Ah, yes.
Finally, someone that you can actually talk with.
Someone to relate
Yes,
to.
a new friend.
So
This group is getting a little bit
this is
too
Nira.
boring for me.
Yes.
Like, well, we decided we would stay on the ship for the evening, and we do have some capability within our group if you need help with anything. But would you be able to show us to our quarters?
Yes, follow me. And so she leads you down, and actually, I can grab a temporary ship. What? Until we improve it.
Oh, snap.
Let's see if the temporary ship works.
Wow! Nice.
It's our ship. All right.
It's a sheet. It's a pillow.
Ba-bum.
It's a pet. It's a pillow. These are my notes. Thank you very much.
This is your temporary ship.
Nice.
And so,
Wait, this isn't our actual ship?
no, this is until I can make something that's more three-dimensional. It's just a current map.
Oh, I thought you meant like the ship we're on isn't the ship we're gonna keep for the quest.
No, the map is just like temporary until I can make something that has like height to it.
Oh, sweet.
But for the time being, it works. So anyway,
Great.
when you come on board, you have your single mast. Here, there are ladders up to a raised deck that's probably 6-7 feet above the main deck.
Mm-hmm.
This is where your wheel is at. The helm. The wheels on the proper terms. The helm.
The turny thing.
Yeah, the turny thing. And then there's a door here that leads. When you walk through, like you come in, and there's a door that leads, like a staircase that leads below deck. And there's a door that leads into like what appears to be the captain's quarters underneath here. So heading below deck, the entire opening down below is split up into cargo areas and then areas where there are like rows of hammocks hanging up.
All right. A little small, but
Yeah.
I think.
Wonderful. Roughly how many crewmen are on the ship?
You can't tell, but from like you probably assume like 15 to 20 people
On the ship?
probably.
Alrighty.
Are there any bolt throwers that we can see?
Not that you can see.
Any what?
Bolt throwers.
Yeah, from what you can see, it looks like just a small, fast ship that doesn't seem to be.
Appears that we will run if there's trouble.
Hmm.
Oh, this seems like a bouncier spot for dying. Might be a better surface for rolling here.
Parker, does my new friend know anything about tying knots or crafting?
As a bosun, he would understand tying knots and barrel making very well.
Would he teach me barrel making? I explained to him that I'm learning to craft. I show him some of my materials for my leather and things like that. We even laugh about the story of swindling the guy. I tell him the story about Gixrat, and I tell him he can't trust Gixrat, but I tell him you can always trust Gixrat to swindle someone.
Very trustworthy.
Yeah, so he would, he'd be like, if you want to tag along, I can show you how to make barrels and tie more knots. That's just what I do every day. If you want to come along, I can show you how it's done. It'd be fun to have someone to talk to and do stuff with along the way.
Oh,
Trust me, you have no idea how that feels.
a true match
Yeah.
made in heaven.
And with that, you're able to find hammocks and easily get a night's sleep if you're ready.
My heart is so warm. I say good on you, Yak. Good on you. As I think about it before going to sleep. Yeah, so for the rest of the night, I'm just chatting people up, getting to know them, seeing where they're from, just finding their interests, seeing if I can just garner as much.
I mean, this time of
social
night, most of them are
information.
probably already in bed and just like,
You're right, it is pretty late in the night.
yeah, and they're all like,
I shall reserve it for the next day, for the morrow.
Yeah. So,
Alright.
easy enough. You're able to get some sleep. First thing next morning,
An explosion.
yeah, you wake up early. Feels like the sun hasn't come up yet. Just sun's is just starting to rise as you all wake. The crew is already like getting going. Like people are getting up, getting ready, moving quickly. What are you doing?
Okay.
I will prepare all of my poisons, and I will apply them to each of my weapons ahead of time. So to 10 crossbow bolts and both of my daggers.
Nice.
Can I attempt to craft 2 batches of arrowheads and spend some time with the guy learning how to do barrels?
Just getting up in the morning, you could probably. I mean, they're like busy doing stuff right now. You could try and craft some arrowheads
2
in the
batches
morning.
of arrowheads. So it's a flat check.
I could say you could get like just waking up. You could get 1 done. You could try
Oh, not
doing
even
1.
have to roll. Okay.
So
I'll just take 1.
yeah, I would still roll the flat check to see. Roll a flat check to see how many
How
you can
good
get
quality.
made before breakfast.
Oh, so I rolled 18. So a batch is
18?
20 arrowheads. Do I
Yeah.
get all 20?
You're easily able to get all 20 arrowheads
Oh,
before
good.
breakfast.
This would be very beneficial.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's any gunpowder on the ship. There probably is not.
Not that you can see.
Okay.
What's the weather like?
Currently, clear and cold.
I'll just be standing up near the front with
Brisk.
my spyglass out.
Yeah. So as you walk up onto the deck, the whole deck is like just lively with activities or like moving things, tying things down. And Captain Rock sees you come up and is like, "Oh, Aden,
Yes.
good to see you. We plan to depart with the tides, and we'll be leaving in about 1 to 2 hours. If you have any more business on shore, anything you want to do, we'll be departing in, roughly 2 hours."
All right. I appreciate it. We shall be ready at that time.
Very well.
We don't have this information.
I'm gonna be following Aden up here and just listening. I'm trying to learn as much as I can about this survival lore that he has.
Okay.
Not survival lore, but sailing lore.
I kind of make my way around to the rest of the party and be like, 2 hours. People are ready.
Played him on the blocks on accident.
I am checking. Does the captain's deck have a lock on it?
The door?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and it's in plain sight, isn't it? Can I check to see if Zeppo's scope works through walls? Or does it have to focus on
You have to be able to
certain
see something with that.
items? Okay. Fair enough. I probably won't be able to pick it here. Does the captain sleep in his deck?
He does.
In his quarters?
Yep.
Okay. Good to know.
Can I?
Can I climb up to the
Ask-
crow's nest?
If you want to.
And I take out stethoscope and I just kind of scan around, see if I see anything.
Do you want to roll for it?
Sure.
Roll me a d6 and
Alright. 1. A 3.
a 3. I'm looking around. You looking around. There's just like scanning around. Are you looking around the whole? Where are you looking? Like with it?
So I'm trying to look at the docks. I'm trying to look at like the ship to see if there's anything as well, and I'm kind of like looking over at the town to see if there's any like potentially hidden magic. Any
So scanning out across, looking at your ship, you don't see much outside of what your party members are carrying.
Okay.
Scanning out across the docks, there's another ship that's come into port since last night
Mhm.
that appears to have some, like, you can see some faint magical auras around it.
Okay.
And people standing near the ship down on the dock.
Mhm.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
All right. Can't wait to roll a natural 1.
Wasn't a natural one.
That's better than natural one.
Just to see what I was rolling, I rolled another 14, so I think 14 is going to be my lucky number tonight.
It's pretty good.
19.
18. From here, you can see there's some people sitting on the boat, and there's definitely some magic aura coming off of the people down near the boat.
Okay.
Scanning out over the town, not anything you can pick out from here.
Baron.
And you don't see, again, you don't see much on the ship besides. I would say you probably don't see anything on the ship besides what your party has.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Can I do a recall knowledge check to find the design of the boat, see if it has like a distinct figurehead
The one you're looking at across the way?
native to a certain area, or yeah?
Go for it.
Okay. Would that be occultism, or I
Um,
don't think it would, because
No.
occultism is just kind of weird
it would
stuff.
just be a.
Probably just be like society.
Yeah.
Something.
Okay. We'll do that.
Elthoron, do you primarily, like, for combat,
Finally.
do you prefer your
That's
bow
fine.
or your
Yeah.
Nice.
Grimoire?
It is an Elven longship.
Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Pretty balanced,
Kind of often.
but then depends on the range.
Magic often.
Okay. If you want, since I can apply my poison to, like, one poison covers 10 arrows. If you want, I could use, because basically my poisons expire at the end of the day if they're not used. I never use all of them because it's an action to apply them.
Do like
And
a couple arrows.
Well, I can apply it to 10 arrows, and basically it just does an extra 1d4 of damage. It's not like a poison check, it's just a flat 1d4.
Also realized.
Yeah, let's go and do that in
I have
10
the
arrows.
detect magic cantrip.
So then I'll
Said I also
apply
realized I have the detect magic cantrip.
to 10 arrows. Because the poison expires, so even if I apply it to your arrows, it'll just
Oops.
be useless after today, but I can just do it next time, and that way you get an extra little boost to your arrow damage.
Let's talk about it. Sure.
Slay
Sounds
those.
great. Thanks. 10 arrows.
Don't tell anyone.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
All right. Are we doing anything else for 2 hours? I'm just
I-
standing on the deck of the ship.
I'm departing to go back into the tavern for one night. Or
Who
not
got
for a night,
the
for-
fishing tackle?
like, for a little bit.
Gixrat has fishing tackle.
2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you head back into the tavern.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Yep.
All right.
What are you doing in the tavern?
I'm checking to see if the women are still there.
They are not.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, just look normal. I order an arrow.
Yep. Easy enough. So it
And-
costs you 2 copper.
Cool. 2 copper. Down it, and I head out.
Okay.
Glurp.
Can I?
Can I roll perception to see if I would notice any potential leads on finding them? See where they could have gone. I would have to do tracks, wouldn't I? Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. Is that nature?
Yes.
Okay.
You could hire me. I could help you track someone.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you charge a fair price.
I'm sure I would.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like all the tracks coming to and from the tavern head to the docks.
Interesting. Okay.
Baryakamule, what were you wanting to do?
Buy barrel supplies so I can build a barrel.
Yep, easy enough.
For simple men, I like barrels.
Well, I mean, you could also just help them build barrels on the boat without actually, like, if you don't want to buy stuff, you could just craft them with them.
Really? What
Yeah.
a pal.
You wouldn't get
Are
to
there any
keep the
armories here,
barrels.
Parker, or armor smiths or anything?
Yes, there would be a smith here.
Can I go talk to him? See if he'd teach me how to stud the basic leather armor.
Yep.
And can I roll to see if he would teach me something else? Like maybe he'd teach me how to make like a small knife or dagger or something. That's probably a heavy craft.
Roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Alright.
What is persuasion under? I don't have persuasion on my skill list.
Maybe I'm saying the wrong thing then. It might be a diplomacy check?
Is it diplomacy?
Yeah. The action to persuade.
Yeah, it'll be a diplomacy check for you, sorry.
No worries. And I don't get the proficiency of my level unless I'm trained, right?
Correct.
Intimidation.
Intimidation? I could intimidate him.
I mean,
Intimidating someone to
it's how. It's how you.
How do you want to do it? You gonna try and intimidate them, or?
I don't want to scare anyone. Well, I have a way better chance of getting what I want, though. Let me check my thing. I am chaotic neutral, so that would fall in line with my personality, right?
Yeah, you just try and intimidate them.
I'll intimidate. Oh,
Uh-oh.
that is 29.
29.
So, yes. Did they
Yeah.
pee themselves?
You just kind of barge into the blacksmith shop and like, and the guy's like, like kind of yells out and like drops the hammer and like the hot like whatever he's working on the ground, like everything like ching 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 ching, like falls over the ground. And he's like, "Can I help you?" And he's just kind of standing there like shaking.
And I speak to him in my very broken basic. You will teach me to put metal, and I tap the metal on the armor, and you'll give me more. I want to know something else. Point around his weapons. Teach me something else.
Yeah. So for the armor, it's you just need, and he shows you like you get these like little like metal studs that you then like just like you heat them red hot and like pound them through the holes.
Ooh,
So it's really easy for him to teach you how to do
Aggressive education.
yeah.
studded armor.
Yeah. With 2 hours, it would be hard to learn something else.
That's okay.
But he's willing to sell you the studded metal pieces you would need to hammer into the armor. And they're like,
Fair price.
yeah, like 3 silver for enough to do one
Okay.
piece of armor.
Okay. Can I buy 4 pieces of armor? So that's 12 pieces of silver.
Yep.
In fact, 12 pieces of silver. And I'm going to...
And do you have a hammer in your stuff?
I don't. Does he have a hammer he would sell me?
You could sell you a hammer for like a nice little like set with like a small like little like anvil like thing for pounding on, and a little hammer for like 1 gold for the pair.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead... Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and give him 3 gold.
Okay.
Because it's actually a gold, 2 gold and a silver, 2 silver, but I'm gonna give him a gold just as a thank you. I didn't mean to scare him that badly. Baryakamule is a gentle giant towards peasants. Monkey goblins are an entirely different thing.
Yeah. So as you're finishing up doing that, back to Gixrat. You're attempting to track the mysterious woman from the night before.
Yes. Yes, I am going onto the docks.
Yep.
And I am observing. Well, how many ships are there, first of all, in the docks?
So at the docks, there are. Again, there's like the one side of the dock. It's like there's a handful of like open warships that look to be. They're all like emblazoned with like the, like blue sails with the red Blood Eagle on it, and they're like actual Navy ships for protecting the river. Need that be. Other than that, there's the one other long ship on the dock, and then there's just a couple like the barges that move back and forth between here and Karlsgard.
Okay. That was the one that I pointed out with the scope.
Mm-hmm.
And they just rolled in tonight?
They weren't there last night,
They
you
weren't there
remember?
last night. Intriguing. Well, time to investigate. So, I cast...
Roll me a stealth check.
Okay. I will do that after...
Stealthy boy.
Are there any boxes or barrels on the dock?
Yeah, there are barrels and boxes you could hide behind.
I hide in one of them.
You hide in a barrel?
In one of them.
Okay.
And I cast Invisibility Sphere.
Ooh.
Which has a 10-foot emanation, so I can't be closer to anybody by 10 feet, otherwise they'll turn invisible, which is not good. Well, it targets me and any number of creatures in range. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll have to find my way to slink around everybody to move past them. But it lasts 10 minutes. You and all targets are invisible except to each other as long as you remain within the spell's area. If a creature made invisible by the spell leaves the spell area, it becomes visible and remains so, even if it returns to the spell's area. If any creature made invisible by the spell uses a hostile action, the spell ends after the hostile action.
So you have to stay in the 10-foot sphere.
Yes.
Okay.
But the 10-foot sphere always emanates from me. So.
Oh.
Yes.
It's cast on you.
Yes. So I cast Invisibility Sphere, and I slowly pop the top off of a barrel and just kind of let it fall to the ground and then climb out of it, invisible.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm walking onto the ship. I'm going to try and board it to the best of my ability and just like kind of hang off the side and get it.
The long ship?
Yeah, does it look like it's as dense as there are like 10 feet or people within 10 feet at all times?
It seems like most of the people are off the ship at the moment and
Okay.
down.
Okay.
Like on the dock.
All right. Yeah, I get on the ship.
Okay.
Just walk on. And I try to surreptitiously make my way to the lower levels to see if I can eavesdrop on anything. Just listen in. Hear if there's any conversing taking place or any people. Do I hear signs of people?
You can hear some talking down below.
Can I roll perception to hear what they're saying?
Yeah.
Watch a natural one.
Natural one.
It's a natural one!
Yeah. You just.
Finger flinger.
Yeah, you just can't make it out. There's going to be like talking about they're like loading supplies and like shifting things around and making sure it's all like evenly set up so the ship doesn't list.
I knew it would be a natural one. All right.
Totally jinxed it too. You're like,
Dude,
it's gonna be a one.
Seriously. All right. Well, the strategy is to not pass it on here. After testing it for a little bit, it seems to be an unsuccessful strategy. Hardwood, hard surfaces are the way. If you wanted to roll successfully, take notes. Yeah, but I am going to survey kind of the top deck, see if there's anything of value or anything odd-looking, anything mysterious. It probably seems pretty basic.
It's pretty basic, just crates and barrels and similar to how your ship currently looks, like with just it's being stocked for a voyage.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to sneak to the lower deck and see if there's. Well, actually, I'm gonna attempt to lockpick the captain's deck. First of all, can I eavesdrop to see if I hear anybody inside?
You don't hear anybody inside?
I'm gonna start lockpicking.
All right, roll me a
Thievery check.
thievery check.
With my skeleton key, which gives me a +1.
Okay.
Natural 1, here we go! No, just kidding. I call out a natural 20. Come forth and manifest.
Can you
Please.
summon a natural 20?
Yeah,
Yes, nicely.
how do you do that? Actually, I use assurance for thievery, so it's a automatic 25.
Okay.
Phenomena. Do, 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 do.
So yeah, with a 25, you slowly work away and like just in tools and it breaks, and the lock does not open.
Dang it! Okay. What do I do now? I can't try again. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, I try to make my way to the lower deck. Are there people?
When you peek down the lower deck, there are 2 Olfen sailors that are down there, and they are just working away, loading barrels.
Okay.
Like just like stocking stuff to make sure it's like stacked up against the walls, like so it's the weight's distributed evenly throughout the boat.
Gotcha. So they're on the side of the walls, but they're probably like coming to the center and just kind of moving in and out. Do I see anything interesting? I don't know. Do I see any sleeping quarters? Do I see any like storage rooms? Or are they all just like on the side of the ship?
It's also on the side of the ship. Like there seem to be like the hammocks will be hung up like towards the middle of the ship, and then along the sides is where the goods are being stored in.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see if I get something out of this. So I go to the hammocks and see if there are any personal possessions.
All of the hammocks appear to be pretty empty. I mean, there's like random blankets and pillows and stuff, but otherwise it's pretty vacant.
Okay. All right. Can I cast stealth to look through one of the crates and hope I get lucky for some contraband?
Yeah.
Can I like roll like a D, whatever, how many crates there are to pick one at random and see?
Oh. I mean, yeah, go for it. I mean, they're not. Go for it. What'd you
Okay.
get?
All right. Like a D6 to pick one at random, or
Go for it. Roll a d6 and see what you get.
all right. I'm picking barrel number 4 or crate number 4.
And behind door number 4.
And give me a stealth check.
It's going to be a 25.
25.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, with that, you just like you move the ledge like, and it makes a bit of sound. Like you look, and it doesn't seem like they noticed, as everything in the ship's kind of creaking and rocking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you look into the crate, and what you see is what appears to be like just arrows, like bundles and bundles of arrows that are stocked in this crate.
Okay. All right. I grab a couple. I grab a quilt. I take one of those bad boys.
Nice.
Get some copper for that. You know. You never know. All right. Well, I can't get into the captain's deck. All the storage is on the side of the ship. I managed to grab one thinly by the skin of my teeth, by the skin of my monkey teeth, and I think it's time I get out of here before I get caught. So I'm gonna slowly make my way up to the top deck and just kind of walk along the plank,
Okay.
the gangplank, to get to the other side of the dock. And
Nice.
I got my eyes on it. But I'm heading back. And I'm going to go to the underdeck to uncast invisibility so I can move back up.
So as you head back to the dock, what you notice is the group of people standing out on the dock from this ship include the 2 women and the bright colored cloaks.
Aha. Okay. Gotcha. But they're just out on the dock talking with
the people from the boat.
some of the crewmen. Can I see if I can eavesdrop on them?
You can if you want to, and actually make me a perception check.
Please! Please! Good rolls.
Come on.
I'm either like a natural 1 or a natural 20. It's like, there's no in between. But that's going to be a 30 to my perception.
30?
Yeah.
Awesome. So with that, most of the crew appear to be Ulfin. They're with the group talking with the 2 women that you met last night, Versha and Sybil. There is a dwarf, and there is an Ulfin man that is just like huge.
Okay.
And
Some
you
massive
recognize this
Ulfin.
person.
Yeah. Does he look giant?
He looks Ulfin. But with that, you have talked to this person before.
Interesting. From Icemark? Do I have to do a recall knowledge check? What's his name?
You would have talked to this person after the Battle of the Bards at the inn.
Oh, I see. Interesting. Okay.
And with that role, you'd remember that his name was Birchin the Whale Eater.
Did I talk to him, or did he just compete against me?
He didn't compete. He just talked to you. Okay.
Okay.
He just talked to you briefly afterwards.
Right. Right, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Okay.
Work or something.
Yeah, he was talking about a potential job.
Yes, I do have that written down. Okay. What exactly was the job related to?
He didn't tell you. He just told you he was putting together a
He
crew.
said he's putting together a crew, that's right. That's why I was
You
very
kind of
vague.
get the idea suddenly that this is that crew.
Most intriguing. I guess it's what could have been. Should I have decided to depart from my existing band of merry travelers? Okay.
Yep. So you head back to your ship from there?
Yep, I head back. I put a tracker on the ship. No, I'm just kidding. Boom, boom.
Yep. With that,
Did you craft the tracker yourself?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't have a tracker.
not much else is happening as they're quickly like loading up. Preparations are finishing being made. Is there anything else anyone's wanting to do before casting off?
I feel like Harry Potter.
Let's go.
All right. And with that,
The invisible blanket.
yeah. With that, they Captain Rock is up on the deck finishing up. He's like, gentlemen, everything seems to be in order. If everyone's aboard, let's cast off.
Is
Sounds like
everyone
a plan.
aboard?
Everyone's at this point. You didn't see Gixrat come back, but you've since seen him on the ship, so you know he's back. And Baryakamule left and came back with more crafting stuff. That's his new hobby. You've been noticing as he leaves and comes back
Alright.
after making crafting store runs.
I believe we are ready to cast off.
Yep. Baryakamul's goal in life is to, retire and have that crafting room set up in his house.
Like a man with his workshop.
Every middle-aged person who's got this is my crafting room, sewing machine.
He has to do-
Anvil and a little tiny-
Have you met the
My red
people he
drawer.
travels with? He needs stress release somehow.
These
okay?
are my vices. I
Listening
keep
to
them
Gixrat's
oiled every
song
day.
is not doing it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
tried
my
collecting sticks.
my sonnets are really not contributing much. They're just
Yeah, collecting
The
sticks. but not
only
much.
thing standing between me and Gixrat being in a barrel at the bottom of the ocean right now is crafting. I just want to let you know. It's like a fragile balance, so careful there.
Yeah. And with that, the ship easily casts off, and you head out into the river and start making your way west towards Icemark.
Do we have to roll for seasickness?
Does someone want to roll me a... How
fortitude save during storms for seasickness? No.
I mean, does someone want to roll a d20 for today's voyage?
Oh no.
Let's do
It should not be me.
just a flat d20.
Yep.
Okay.
10.
10?
I got exactly in the middle.
All right.
Yeah.
Good
With
plan.
that,
Better.
you get out there, and as you get going, it starts to become overcast and a little bit rainy, but it's nothing too serious. The ship, I mean, you're mainly at this point, you're running with the river out, and so it's not much happens.
Okay, that's good. I mean, that's.
Can
that's
we
not
get
bad.
down the road? Can we get like a little pop-up ship or a little flag we can put on the map to like see where it's at?
That would be
in the
cool.
water?
Yeah, you could do
I can
like
get
a
one.
miniature.
I can print a little miniature ship that can like stick on the ship out there,
That'd
so you
be
can see where
so
you're going.
fun.
So you're
So
currently
that's
like,
where we are right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, you departed from Ice Ferry and you're sailing to here, and so
Okay.
with your
See if I can see that.
over the course of one day. So towards the end of the day, you'd be pushing out this way and passing Alzlafar, which I think is Fair Isle is the proper name of it. It's been a while. I mean, it's not a long time ago. Like, so as you're going by, there's like a small like fishing port to the right of on the right side of your boat as you're going by. The day goes by uneventfully.
Can I roll a check to see how well I did crafting barrels with my new friend and learning ropes?
Yes.
Ooh, natural 19!
Natural 19. Easily enough, he's able to show you the ropes of how to tie knots and teaching you how to the way to stack barrels just right and tie them that way they're not going to break loose or move around. And you're able to get a day of crafting learning working with him.
Yes!
Show me the ropes. Those are quality ropes.
But we don't learn how to make barrels today.
Nope.
That's alright.
You learn how to think about barrels.
Thinking about barrels.
Mm-hmm.
All right. With that, the sun starts getting low. Is there anything you're wanting to do, or just?
I'm
get some
trying
sleep?
to pass the time playing music, and it's going to be a long stretch. It's going to be a lot of playing. It's going to be a lot of music. Might have to roll multiple times. I don't know. But like, it's a whole day. I mean, I'm just trying to pass the time.
Give me 3 performance checks in a row, real quick.
You guys ready for 3 successive failures? Oh, that's a nat 20. That's a natural 16.
That's rolls of the game.
Yeah, and that's a 5 plus 19. So
Yeah,
a 23, 45. No. Hold on. Let me
A
just.
natural 20. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus
So
16.
as
plus
the day
19.
goes on, the music gets like worse. It starts amazing.
A little bit.
As
I'm getting a
music
little
goes
bit
on.
tired.
He starts wearing out. Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Does he start wearing out, or does the crew start wearing out? Because I think it's
He starts
mutual.
wearing out first, and then the crew starts wearing thin.
Yeah. So.
Like
Yeah.
his voice starts to give, and the patient starts to give out.
Yeah, a 35, a 39, and
Start throwing
then
oranges at him.
23.
Yeah.
So 39, 35, and 23.
35, 39. Yeah. So the first two
We
easily
know
enough
every,
are fantastic.
Every
rolls.
ship has. Or has oranges.
Yeah.
Playing fantastic music. Is there anybody on the ship that seems to like the songs at all?
They seem to be pretty serious about getting things done and getting there as quickly as possible.
Busy folk.
Yep. There's like working quickly, like adjusting. Like they seem like a pretty like, as much as they seem like pretty even keel and like. I mean, the read you'd have gotten from them before is like pretty stoic. They're a pretty intense group.
Okay. All right. Well, perhaps I can cheer the day and maybe they're
Yeah. With
jovial on the inside. As I always
Easily
like
enough,
to say.
you get to night. The dinner's pretty basic. Some citrus fruit, some, meat and like a gravy, like slop, and bread.
Mm-hmm. Is the
And
is the citrus to prevent scurvy? Is that
yes,
Yeah.
so your teeth don't fall out.
nice?
A little bit of like the watered down ale grog with citrus in it, and
Nice.
you're able to get to bed. No problems. Next morning, I guess before we wake up, does someone want to roll to see how the day goes?
Let's see what we got. Oh, only a 7.
All right.
Weather got rough over the night.
Yeah. As you wake up in the morning,
The ship has
a little bit
capsized.
cooler than it was yesterday, and you come up on the main deck, and it is foggy, like really heavy fog.
Okay.
Like can't see anything fog. So the speed has slowed dramatically, and it's gonna slow your voyage down a little bit to like crawl along.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well,
Are we worried about?
Rocks, floating ice, other ships with no line of sight. You kind of have to like slow down and just like take your time moving through.
Kind of feel your way through.
Yeah.
To go up to Captain Rock.
Mhm.
I see we have slowed down and some heavy mist has come over. Any concerns or unexpected problems we've had?
I mean, it's the steaming sea. It's just what you expect most of the time, and it's just what it is. Sometimes visibility is fine. Sometimes visibility is terrible, and you can't see, 20 feet in front of you.
it'd be what it do.
How far do you reckon we are off land at this point?
Not too far.
We're staying pretty close.
Typically stay close to shore.
Alright. Well, I will offer my services today. I have my own spyglass, and I'm happy to keep watch if that would help during the day and see if that would speed anything up.
That could definitely help. Go ahead and make a sailing lore check.
I'm somewhat of a sailor myself.
Can I learn from Aden while he's doing the sailing lore? Learn more
Yeah, if you want to, you can
about sailing?
watch along. How did it go?
So that's a 16 total.
16 total. It is super foggy. And even with everyone helping out, it's still like you're not able to keep the pace you were the day before.
So I have Elthoron up there, so I show him the spyglass a few times. And there's nothing to see. We can only see like 30 feet in front of us, but I show him what we're looking for and the occasional, and we pass the time standing there.
Yep.
I go up to Captain Rock. I'm like, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I'm bored."
Can I roll to try and craft a basic leather armor?
Yes, if you want to work on crafting armor today, you can.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Oh,
roll.
yeah.
Please be good. So it's a 13, so not my best piece, but
Not your best piece. Yeah, it's with a 13. It's getting there. It's not completely finished. You're able to get it like most of the way put together. It'd probably take one more day of work on it to get it finished, but you can do it.
Cool.
can I also try? I've been thinking of this idea. I want to take some of the rope that I have and braid, or some of the rope on the ship, braid like a thick kind of almost bandolier style holder for the blunderbuss. That way when I shoot it, I can drop it. It just swings at my side during battle. That way I don't have to take an action to
You could, yeah.
set it down or something.
Go ahead and
Do I need to roll for that?
Roll me a crafting check for that as well.
Didn't you give that to me?
Okay.
Didn't
So that's a 14. That's a 14.
Cody, didn't you give that to me?
Just for that one
No,
battle, dude.
Oh,
Just for
the-
that one
I
battle.
thought I still had that. I was gonna actually.
I thought we
see if
put
I
the
could
blunderbuss
that.
in the bag of holding. I mean, if not, that's cool. I'll take it out.
We
but
let
I have it.
Gixrat use it for that one battle.
And then I never did because it would have blown me to smithereens.
Blown you to smithereens. So 14 part.
With the
He was
14,
he was trying to kill me, is what he.
pretty easy to make a bandolier, and it's not your best knots
Take
or work,
this mighty weapon.
but it's functional. It'll work as a bandolier for
If
the
it's
weapon.
functional.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect.
You sir, you're trying to befuddle me with that blunderbuss.
Well,
To
we have a
beguile.
whole quest
Yeah,
ahead
so
of us to
that-
see.
The day's just kind of cold and wet and damp, and not much happens. And you're able to get to bed without much trouble.
Alrighty.
But not as much progress made.
Yeah. I was gonna say I was trying to get to know some of the crewmen, but they're probably busy.
They're busy, but you can like follow them around and talk to them as they work.
Yeah, I pester.
Yeah.
I walk around and pester. So, hey, can I introduce you to some ice wine? We got a nice local at Ice Ferry, yeah. And what brings you out here? How do you know Captain Rock?
Most of them, it's a job. They
It's a
work
job.
here.
Fascinating.
It pays well.
Yeah.
They enjoy what they do, but they're all really generic answers.
What a crowd.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I wonder if they have any inclinations or any song requests, or if I could sing, perhaps, to simply pass the time. To entertain to the best of my ability, what would I sing about, preferably? What could I? What things do you like to hear? What fairy tales pique your interest the most? Fellow crewmen.
Yeah, for them, there's like, any good song's a good song, you know?
Okay. A wide variety of taste.
Yeah.
All right, this is encouraging. I'll have to play to my audience very much. That's good to know.
The key is a good song. That was the key.
You're right. Oh, that's gonna be a bit much for me. I'm not sure I can do that. All right, so we get to sleep for the night.
Yeah. Same thing. It's the same kind of boring dinner, and then you get to bed. Waking up in the morning. Someone want to give me a roll and see what we get?
Aden, you're the captain. Roll for it.
11.
11.
A little less foggy.
It looks to be clear enough.
So you wake up in the morning, and it's not as foggy, but it's still kind of foggy.
Okay.
Just get out there, nod to Captain Rock, take
And
up post at
the
fire
crew's
side.
kind of standing back towards like the back where like the steering area of the ship's kind of like all looking forward. As you come up. And looking out to the front of the ship, there's a small gnomish humanoid, like sitting on the front edge of the ship, like legs hanging over, with like a fishing line over the just mumbling to himself the whole time as he's fishing.
Okay. All right.
I nod to the captain and walk to the front and just look out the front of the ship. Just ignoring the gnome, but near to him.
And he's just like sitting there, just like grumbling to himself.
Finger. All right. I cast Invisibility Spear on myself again.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to break the lock to Rock's room. To pick it.
While he's doing that, can I roll to see if I finish the leather armor?
Yes, go for it.
Oh, only a 5. No progress made today.
Yeah, no progress in the armor today.
It's gonna be a slow walk. Maybe it gets advantage with the giant around.
Not with
Sorry.
yeah, it'd be.
If it was a barrel, maybe.
Yeah, not with the armor. The ship is creaking and crowing.
Alright, so you want to pick the lock.
I do. Very badly.
Roll me
Like, where is people?
Alright.
Everyone seems to be up on the main deck at the moment.
Assurance
let
did
me
not work
double check
last
this.
time, so I'm not going to use it.
So, like, they're up here. Parker?
Yeah, everyone's up on the main deck.
Try
And
to
this
find
is
information.
so
information
as you
tell
get
me.
making a perception check.
21.
21?
21.
That's enough to where it seems like a pretty good lock.
Okay.
Like it's not your typical lock that you've seen on. It's better than the lock you saw on the other ship stores.
Well, I'll try anyways. I don't
So
know.
this
Who
one
knows? You can get lucky.
is going to require 3 consecutive checks.
Okay. Sounds good. Come on, give me the good stuff.
It's a lock picking.
It's not the good stuff. 17.
Yeah. Just you're adjusting. Think. The lockpick breaks.
Tragic. Absolutely tragic. Alright, well, I tried. Maybe someday. Alright, I go back downstairs. I uncast Invisibility Spirit, go back up. And play for another day.
So yeah, as you're in this,
The crew is all hanging up here.
there's kind of like
Like-
looking out, and like now that you're out there doing your stuff, they're kind of going back to doing their stuff, but all just keeping an eye on this like thing sitting on the front of the ship.
How do they appear?
All right,
Concerned?
I want to walk up and talk
Frightened?
to the thing on the front of the ship.
They
I have a
seem
hunch.
a little bit off, but it's a little
All right.
Easy.
yeah.
It's a bad vibe.
Do you have Baryakamule manager?
We're not getting great vibes.
Yeah.
I want to hail the creature on the front of the ship, Park.
Go for it. As you hail him, he's just like talking.
I do
as-
have my axe, by the way.
Yeah, as you hail him, he's just gonna be "You're scaring away the fish!" and gives just like angry little look, and then turns back to like his line in the water.
Do I recognize him at all?
No. He doesn't look like a red cap. He's
Okay.
sitting there, and he's got like. I mean, look now you're up there next to him. You look down, you can see he's got this little teeny tiny, like, boat, like barely big enough for one person. He's got a rope. He's thrown up onto the ship from his boat, and all he's got is his fishing line, and this like, kind of, piece nailed together canoe paddle that's sitting on the deck next to him. And he's just kind of this like skinny, haggard little gnomish character, like gray hair and beard that's really scraggly. Looks like he's been at sea his whole life, completely covered in like sailor-looking tattoos. Always wearing his pants. And he's just fishing out here.
He seems very irritable.
Yeah.
I want to offer him some berries. He looks anemic.
He's gonna look at you and ooh, those could help, And he's gonna reel in his line really quick. And then when he pulls it out, you realize the fishing hook he's using is like, it's a big, huge, like Maui-looking fishing hook. And he's like, oh, thank you. He takes some of the berries and like stick them on his hook, and then throws it back in the water and just sits there again.
I want to ask him what he is fishing for.
Fish. And just,
Sounds delicious.
I gotta catch a fish, and then I can eat the fish when I catch the fish. And he just keeps sitting there.
Gixrat, you do have fishing line. You should just like sit next to him and join.
I do. I think I might. But would I have to roll to notice him as well? Because I haven't really been involved. I've
No.
just been trying to pick this guy's lock. Okay.
Yeah, he's just kind of sitting up there.
Well, now that I do see a gnome fishing, it does give me the inclination. It gives me the idea that I should join him. So I shall.
Can I roll
For it.
a perception check to see if this guy's off his rocker or anything at all?
Roll a nature check.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so
Nature
they want-
check!
so to
Oh,
read-
no!
Hero
We're
point.
not getting anything out of that.
Hero
It was
point.
literally a 14, and then it fell over to a 4.
Hero
I'm
point.
Still at 18. That's 19.
18.
It's not enough.
So you
19.
know,
It's not enough.
he's Fey. He looks like he's Fey. But he. That's all you know. He's just kind of a goofy character. Like he
Fae,
seems.
that's what red caps are Fae, right?
Red caps are Fey, gnomes are Fey, Gimmerling are Fey. Yeah, you've seen a couple things that are.
I would like to head back up the top deck and see the captain for the morning.
Good morning, Aden.
Good morning, Captain Rock. It is a similar day as yesterday, I see.
Little better. We'll make a little more progress today.
I assume we should be doing much of the same as yesterday. Just keeping an eye out for those sorts of problems or things that could delay us.
Very well.
Delicious. Okay.
Did you talk to the chap at the front?
A few of my friends were, I believe. And I myself, I did not.
He was here this morning. The watch last night did not see him board the ship. He just kind of came out of nowhere.
Maybe a castaway, maybe?
With a boat like that, he can't go far. But he seems to be rather irritable.
Oh, yes. You know how they can be. There's fishing types and old sailors, I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
Well, I plop myself down right next to him, and I try to outdo him in his fishing.
All right. Well, let's
Roll for fishing initiative.
roll for fishing.
It's
Yeah.
like, dude, is there an extra line can I
Fishing
throw
battle.
in?
Huh?
If you want to get a, if you want to try, you can easily procure a line from someone if you want to try fishing.
I want to ask my giant buddy if he's got a line.
Yeah. All right.
So-
I can get you a line here. So it helps you get together like a small it's like a normal size fishing line, and you get a piece of like the meat from the night before and like slap it on there.
Is Yak
Sweet.
trying to outdo me here?
So I'll also join in, but I'm going to use one of my fish that I have stored up as bait. So I'm going to use my fish to try and catch a bigger fish.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Okay.
Can I?
So
During this, I'm gonna head to the back of the ship there and just watch him with the navigation and guiding the ship and see if I can learn anything.
I sit right next to him, but before I do that, I'm like right behind him out of sight. I cast subconscious suggestion
Ooh.
on the creature.
Okay.
On the occasion that he does catch a fish, I will cast a suggestion for him to accidentally lose his grip and drop it back into the ocean. Should he ever do it?
Okay.
You're just asking for
Is that
trouble.
considered a curse?
Yes, kind of.
Oh gosh. All right. So he's will save against it. Here we go.
Yeah.
That is a 27.
Doesn't succeed.
Doesn't succeed. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Suggestion.
Just
This
keep
guy's life's already bad
keep him
enough,
suffering
man.
for a little bit longer.
Yeah. All right.
Just want to see how he reacts.
So the all right.
All right, so I
Let's
start
roll. Nature.
fishing.
So it's gonna be a nature roll to fish.
Nature.
Just roll a nature check to fish.
All right. Sounds good.
Nature roll to fish.
Plus 1.
trash.
It's gonna be 24.
24.
26 for mine.
Oh, natty 20.
Oh!
Only one on tonight. So that's that's a 33, but a natty 20.
Yeah. So with rolls like that, as you all throw your lines in, Gixrat Karzjo, as soon as you throw your line in, you can feel something tugging on it, and you pull it out, and you've got this like pretty decent size, like bright, like red, like rock snapper fish. Looks pretty
Dang.
good.
I look over to him and I get a little bit jealous.
Yeah, Baryakamule. A few seconds later, You pull one out. It's kind of a large, like silver-looking fish.
Oh no.
It's a pretty good find.
Oh no.
Gixrat, you reel your line up, and you get this tug on your line. You reel it up.
A shoe.
Yeah, you've got like a log.
Cast back in.
This little fey creature gets a tug on his line and oh that fish, and like pulls it up and then like pulls it out of the water, and sure enough he has a fish.
Oh.
And he pulls his fish off
Good for
and
him.
starts like holds it up over his head and is like a fish and like dancing around, and then it just suddenly out of his hands and into the water. And he promptly grabs his oar and starts banging it on the side of the ship, shouting and yelling.
Savage.
And Gixrat, I need you to make a will save.
Alright, you got it, Chief.
He is cursing
anything for
so
that.
loud. Just the scathing cursing. I need you to make a... Where's his DC at? Where is his
Classic.
DC for swearing? There we go.
Well, while this is going on, it's getting a bit unsavory. I would like to just distract the captain and be like, Captain Rock, this is my friend Elthoron. He's interested in sailing and whatnot.
What'd you roll?
And so,
26?
sure,
Just enough. You've heard swearing from Zilla before. You're fine.
Okay, alright. I'm not totally shocked.
And he's livid though. But he's gonna turn to you, Baryakamule, and be like, "Do you got any more of those berries? They worked last time."
Mew, so I offer him more berries. I want to throw my line back in.
And he's gonna put the berries back on, throw the berries back in.
I
throw the
want
line
you to know
back
that I glare at Gixrat though because I suspect foul play. I have no trust for Gixrat.
in. Yeah. All right. Anyone who's fishing again, roll another fishing check. Nature.
I'm true neutral, dog. True neutral.
Oh no. Only an 18 this time. Nothing good for me.
Yeah, that was the worst one. That's a 22.
So the little gnome casts his line in and immediately gets a bite and pulls in this huge, like beautiful fish. How long does suggestion count? Is it just that one time, or is it?
I don't think it's just that one time.
Yeah, it's gonna keep happening, isn't it? And
It targets one creature and it lasts for that one. So I could have casted it another time, but I'm not going to.
yeah, so he gets this fish out, and he's like again, pulls it off, celebrating, overjoys his fish. Karzjo, you pull yours up. You don't get anything. And
Can I try again?
for fishing, yep, go for it.
Let's see. Nature?
Yep.
23.
23. 23.
Another boot.
Yeah, with Baryakamule, you go this time, not seeming to get any bites.
Ugh.
And while this guy is jumping around celebrating with his fish, all of a sudden you hear this like, and this eagle like swoops down and like snags his fish and flies away. And he's
Can
just
I
standing
make
there.
a reflex attempt?
Go for it. Make a reflex save to try and stop the eagle from getting his fish.
Okay. Here we go.
At the same time, can I like knock an arrow and get ready to shoot that bird?
It's
you
only
can-
a 20. Is that enough of a reflex
That's
save?
not gonna be enough. You can take a
Oh,
shot if
no.
you want to. Let me see what an eagle's DC is.
Man, those rolls are pitiful.
So brutal. I have not rolled higher than a 10 besides those natural 20s like all night. All night!
Alright, Elthoron, if you want to try and knock an arrow and take it out, you can. Go ahead and make an attack roll for me. 33? Yeah, that'll be a critical hit. And so this eagle, like, and you just like with an arrow, just like shoot it, and you watch the eagle and the fish just into the water.
Oh, no.
And they're gone.
A critical hit. You should have hit it less critical.
And this guy, you can see him just like white knuckling the handle of his oar as he's like. And he starts-
Hold on, interjection. I want to offer my large silverfish that I caught.
And as you are doing that, he suddenly stops and like looks at you and he's kind of like shocked that you'd offer him a fish. Gixrat, you reel up your line, and you have an octopus on the end of it.
Oh,
A giant octopus.
okay.
Can I get all of you to roll initiative for me, please?
Ah!
And with that, actually, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes.
God.
Sounds good.
Worst roll of the night.
Let's say 9:20.
9:20. All right, we're back by 9:20. We have an octopus to fight.
Sounds good to you then. Oh no. I have a grip. Do I have to like save
Can
not
I
to get, like,
re-roll
pulled
when we come back since we paused?
in? No.
Nope, you gotta. The dice give it to you.
Dice have spoken. Oh yes! Finally a good. Hello.
All right, welcome back.
Kill
So with that, can I get everyone's initiative rolls?
Oh, you sure can.
Got 20.
I actually got a pretty good roll for this one.
What did you get, Karzjo?
20.
33.
Where are you at, Gixrat?
33.
You alright?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
35.
Dude, I rolled the worst I could roll.
So isn't it who has higher decks?
Yes, I think it's. What is your dex, Baryakamule?
Pretty low. We'll just go with that.
Okay, so Gixrat will go before you.
It's okay, the octopus is going before us.
Probably.
He's got so many tentacles, he gets to roll 8
Aden, are
times.
you?
I am
Rotating?
excited at the prospect of something to break up the monotony, but I am taking my time.
Holding.
Alright.
Hoddle.
let's see.
I am waiting
That's
back.
Aiden's way of saying he rolled a natty 1. He doesn't want to admit it.
You know it is. It does not always have to be said. You know.
Yeah.
One must not always admit his failures in life.
Only on the inside. I am internalizing. Yeah.
Oh wow.
But I do it with much flair.
Mhm.
You know, like. Whoosh.
Not today, folks. I'll be sitting in the back seat for this one.
Alright, Elthoron.
Like I always do.
You're starting us off as this octopus comes sprawling up onto the deck right here.
Whoa! That is so cool.
Is that pretty close to scale?
Yes, it is
You
a
guys wanna see it?
large creature taking up a 10 by 10 area.
Dang.
That is a big octopus.
I guess it'd be a huge creature. Sorry.
Can I show the camera?
You
Yeah.
can show it to the camera. The paint is not super dry, I just rattle canned
okay.
it upstairs.
It's fine.
Show it. Or just camera. Oh.
You just rattle canned it right now on the break.
Yes. I had it and I hadn't painted it because I didn't think we were going to get to it because it was actually for a completely different encounter like week 2 that we didn't do. And so I just hadn't painted it and then I was like, alright, I was just sitting there. And then it was like, oh, we need it. And it was white and I was like, I've got a purple rattle can in the garage.
It looks nice, dude.
Yeah, nice.
No.
Ah.
Alright. So, Elthoron, you are up first.
So beautiful.
Okay, so I'm gonna set this as my prey as I pull back an arrow. Yeah, let's see. So
Remember, you get poison damage also on your arrows.
right, which I just wasted on an eagle. But, okay.
Well, no, it's on 10. You have 10 arrows.
Yeah.
That's
right,
what you pulled out.
We got it.
So
Epic
okay, so
battle music.
setting in the prey because I see it doesn't. That's not an action, right? I just do that as I go.
I think it is an action.
I would say in this
Sure.
case, because it just kind of came out of nowhere, something on the deck, it would take an action to.
Like assess it. And like, okay,
Yeah.
I know what this is.
So we're gonna roll to some
Target.
battle music real quick.
Yeah, it should be a one action.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. So set prey, one action, and then I'm gonna do the Hunter's Edge flurry. So two arrows, quick succession. I'll roll.
You got it?
I'm gonna use mine. I'm gonna get a computer chime into it.
What?
Double 19s. Here we go. Okay, so that's taking out 238s.
238s in a row. All right, both of those will hit, and both of those are. Let me see. Those are both critical hits.
Woo!
Right off
I'm
the bat.
watching you without you.
Oh, okay. So I got okay. 46 is gonna be the
Got the
roll
vid.
plus 1% deadly. Plus I got one d6. It's a d6, right? Or d4?
It's a D4. It's just a D4. It's not much, but it's a little extra.
Sorry.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah, literally.
okay. So
Okay.
It'll be alright.
deadly. Parker, are you gonna do the math once I tell you here?
If you can start telling me numbers, I'll do the math.
So the first critical hit has a 1d10 deadly. That's gonna come out as 4,
Okay.
and also 4 on the second one for the deadly part. Or do you mean just add that into the damage?
Go for it. Yeah.
Add into damage. Okay, so 20, 21, 22, 23, 27, 28, 30, 31. So the first arrow has 31 total damage.
Okay.
Damage on the second arrow,
Okay.
and both of them have the critical specialization that they are going to stick it into the ship behind it, right?
Yes, they would.
So maybe let's stick down 2 of its tentacles.
Okay. So yeah, your arrows use quick draws, like two shots, and both of them like critical hit, and it's pinned down to its location. And is not going to be able to move without pulling itself free.
Okay, so I got that, and that would be the second action. Third action, let's just do another arrow.
Isn't that 3 actions if you do knives?
He
Or
didn't do knives.
Oh,
They
they
were
were
two.
arrows.
Yeah, he did 2
Got
shots.
it.
On my prey, I can do a flurry, so it's 2 shots with 1 action.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Rangers got
let's-
some sweet stuff.
Yeah, he does. All the classes are good, actually.
They all have something that makes them cool.
So so the third arrow is going to be a -6, right?
Okay.
Multiple attack penalties. We're at. It's only going to be a 23.
23 does not hit.
Not hit. Okay. And then that's my turn.
Okay.
Parker, being that he's slightly pinned down, is he considered, like, is there a negative penalty to his AC at all?
Nope, he is not surrounded or flanked or anything. He's just there.
Pinned down.
Yep.
Just vibing.
Okay.
Yeah, probably with only 2 of 8 tentacles, like he's still moving pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, he's at 10 foot.
He's a 10 foot by 10 foot. Yeah.
Chunky.
Yeah. He's a very big creature. All right. After Elthoron, Gixrat, you're up next.
I cast Fly, and I move 5, 10,
The
15,
flag
20.
piece is over there, Parker.
Ba, 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 da, da, da. I'm hovering in the air. And I'm going to move pretty far away from him. Pretty far. I'm going to move to the middle of the bed. 15 feet. 5 in the air. Or 10 in the air.
Out over the
15
water.
feet diagonally.
Huh? That's out over the water.
Correct. Correcto mundo.
So yeah, as you go to take off, the octopus is going to attempt to grab you.
Attack of opportunity. No!
I
And
love it.
it's going to be just lashes out with a tentacle. Does a 27 hit?
A 27 does hit.
Yeah, and so he just really quickly
Exactly.
lashes out. Awesome, you're perfect. Let's do something more. Lashes out and grabs you.
Oh, he grabs me too?
Just like, and so you are now grabbed in his tentacle, and you are taking 24 bludgeoning damage.
So bad.
And you are now grabbed.
Such bad news.
So you're 10 feet up in the air, 5 feet up in the air, but you're well within the grasp, back in your spot where you were. Yeah.
Alright.
What's his grasp?
Ow! Ow! Alright. So I'm where I was, but I'm just grabbed now, so I have to roll to escape.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'm scared.
Uh-huh.
I'm very scared. I might go down in his next turn. We'll see. This is not good for me. Alright. That's my turn though. Because you attempt to move and then you get grabbed, so.
But can't you
have
attempt to? That was
one
one
more
action. Oh, you cast fly.
Yeah.
How is that 2 actions to fly?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's your turn. Baryakamule, it is your turn.
Is it possible with like an athletics check to try and wrest Gixrat from his hands?
What?
I would say. Oh, how would you even do that?
For what?
You
Or
could
so
do
athletic.
a contested athletics check, where you'd both roll athletics to pull him away, or I would give you the option if you want to try just severing the tentacle with an
Okay,
axe
that was
attack.
my next question.
If you can critically hit, I would let you sever that tentacle.
Okay, let's
you have
try
to
for that.
spend an action because you were fishing just now. You have to spend an action to draw your axe and then go at it.
And you're
Okay.
over here.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to spend 1 action to move into range. And then 1 action drawing your axe, and then you could take a swipe at it with the axe. You want to try cutting that tentacle?
Okay, so I can't use my rage feat
Not this turn, no.
because I'd have to move, wouldn't I?
Yeah. So you
All
could
right,
also
well, put me up.
you could also just move, rage, and then make the contested strength check to try and pull Gixrat out of the tentacle.
Yeah, I gotta help a brother out, man. I'm struggling.
So you can either rage and then yank him out, or you can not rage and take a swing at the octopus.
Oh, it's such a hard one. You know what? It makes for a better story to arm wrestle the octopus.
Go
I'm
for
gonna
it.
rage, run over there, and let's arm wrestle for Gixrat.
What
So-
do you get a bonus to your strength to athletics check when you're raging, right?
I do not.
You don't?
Can
I
I
thought you
just-
did.
Can I drop my
I'll give you-
thing and take my axe? So, or do I have to draw my axe next turn if I do it this way?
If you do it this way, you would have to. So you could run over there, rage, and then make the contested strength check if you draw your axe first action next turn.
Okay. Okay, that'll be fine.
So, and I would say because you're raging, you should get a +2 to strength checks. So I would say add a +2 to your
Okay.
athletics check.
Okay, here we go. So you and I are
Alright.
gonna roll off for it?
Yeah. So I'll roll first and tell you what you got to beat.
Okay.
You got to beat a 32
A 32? Here
for
we go.
athletics.
No. You have your hero point.
We're gonna have to hero point. I rolled a natural 3.
Oh no!
Yikes.
I'm gonna hero point and roll.
Natural
Okay.
1.
There it is. So that's a 37 that time.
Yeah, you easily just one hand on the back of Gixrat, like, scruff of the neck, one hand on the tentacle, and you hear this as the skin cups that peel off.
Yes.
Like, you know, the good old-fashioned movies where, like, Gixrat, like, his head comes around, there's, like, the whole, like, the sucker marks all over his face. That kind of thing.
Nice.
And you've got the octopus in one hand and Gixrat in the other now.
Thank
So-
you.
So if I let go of Gixrat, will he just float away because he's flying?
No, definitely a controlled speed.
He would just be, like... Just, like, not, like...
Like a little.
Just, like, kind of, like, weightless, like...
Yeah.
Like, right next to you. Not really, like, flying away. He's just, like... And so you would be...
But I don't have.
So
I can let
what's
him go.
your
I
what's
don't
your
have to hold him.
what's your movement, Baryakamule?
So it'd be 5, 10...
It's a 30.
That'd be 20. He could be right here. And so Gixrat's, like, in the space here.
Okay,
Alright,
sweet.
So put you there.
That's all that matters.
They're in the
Alright,
same space.
alright.
Alright.
I dig it. I
let's
dig it.
check.
Thanks,
My turn.
buddy. Real homie stuff. Real homie out.
Next up is the Coldwind.
who?
The little Coldwind.
What's that?
Little Nomi thing.
The Nomi thing.
Aw.
Yeah.
His name's Coldwind?
That's his species. He's a Coldwind.
Aw.
But we don't know that.
You don't know that. But that's what he is. And so he is going to, seeing the octopus, he's like, no, it's not my fish! He's gonna, like, hiding the stuff behind him, he's gonna grab his orb with one action. And he is going to take 2 strikes with the orb.
Nice.
He's gonna take a shot. First one just hits. The second one does not. So that first one, he comes down with a sickening, like, whack, like, you know, if you were to hit like Jello with like a ping pong paddle or something. Yeah, it's got this gnarly sound to it. But he does 16 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, do not discount the old guy.
Yeah. And with that, it is now the octopus's turn.
Oh.
So the octopus is going to use a riding arm attack.
Oh no.
Does he need to break loose from the arrows in my hand first?
He's
That's
not
only if he
moving
wants to
anywhere.
move.
Oh, okay.
He's going to make a riding arm attack, which is 4 different strikes against 4 people within 15 feet for 2 actions.
Oh,
Whew.
the whole quadfecta.
So he is starting with.
You want to die for the gnome?
He's out there as he's currently out there as a red cap.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I do that.
So he's going to start with Baryakamule,
What's his name?
Okay.
the cold one.
Cold one.
All right, so Baryakamule, you are first.
Cold
Okay.
one.
23, it's a miss.
Okay.
Then
It's a
he's
miss.
going at. What's his multiple attack penalty? How does that work? It's not super dexterous. All right, so plus 16 and plus 12. All right, so now he's going at Gixrat.
Oh no.
That's 25.
Doesn't hit.
Now he's going at the cold one. And that is going to hit.
Oh no.
So
Critically?
not critically, just
cold
gets
one
this
dies.
guy. Where's his AC? It's not that high. No, it's not that high. Yeah, he just gets him. And so the
Nice.
let's see, sure.
This is some pretty epic fight music.
Yeah,
It's
and
pretty
so
great.
he's gonna roll.
Epic fight.
So the cold one takes 18 damage and is grabbed. And then he's going to take one last strike at Karzjo.
No,
And that is a 26.
that misses.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to get you. Alright, so that was 4 of his actions. And that was 2 of his actions. So for his 3rd action, he is going to use a constrict and just squeeze the cold one.
No!
Cold one, no.
And that's going to do an additional
How do you spell cold wind, Parker?
damage. I am not telling you.
Yeah.
COLDWIN.
He's not telling if it's.
It doesn't
if it's
come up
cold
under
one or
that.
cold one.
It's not.
Don't look it
Yeah,
up.
don't look him up because there's some fun stuff with this character you'll get to experience as we
Oh,
go.
I like to read about them.
We are at Karzjo's turn.
Finally. How close to him am I? I
You
can't see too
are.
well.
You're touching his face.
Yeah, you're.
Okay, so I'm within striking range.
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and pull out my flaying knife, which does have a poison attached
does.
to it. And let's go ahead and I'll make a slash at one of his tentacles.
Okay.
If I so with the flaying knife, if I cut it well enough, do I have the ability to cut it off?
I would say if you're attempting to cut off a tentacle on a critical hit, you would be able to sever a tentacle off.
Okay. So let's see. Come on. Not good enough. That'll be a 30.
30 does hit, but not critically.
Okay, cool. Then let's get out the die. He would not happen to be flanked, would he?
He is. I would say no.
No, he has too many arms to be flanked
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
kind of pinned back there. He's not flanked or flat-footed. No.
Maybe if you're like.
It's if you're able to get like farther to the side, you could flank him.
Parker, is his reflex save hindered at all because he's got pinned to the ground a little bit?
I would say. What is his reflex?
Still has 6 arms though.
Yeah, I would say it's not really because octopus are so flexible. He could still easily like squish into that corner, like move around while being pinned down.
Okay, so he takes 17 damage plus 1d6 and 1d8 of bleed.
Okay. 1d6
And then-
1d8. Let's get that in there.
How much bleed is that?
Okay, it's a total of 12 bleed.
And then I'll go ahead and take one more slash at the same tentacle.
Go for it.
I'm gonna just keep chipping away at this tentacle. Oh, that's not gonna do it. That's an 18.
18 misses.
Okay, and then with that, I will also use my I think skirmishing strike is what it's called, but to basically step away.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
So I just well, actually, no, I want to stay within range. So never mind. I want to stay close enough that I can strike if someone else
Opportune backstab?
attacks.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I'd rather opportune backstab than be safe.
Plus, if he took a step away, does the octopus get opportune attack?
No, because it's a step. If I moved, if I did a stride, then
Yeah,
then
steps
he does.
don't-
But
Yeah, a step doesn't
Yeah.
draw that attack of opportunity, but the step,
Ah, good to know.
depending on your class, is only like 5 to 15 feet.
yeah, so that's the main thing
interesting.
with mine. So I can step then strike or strike then step. So it like
nice.
in one turn, if I'm further away, I can step in, strike, and then the second one do a strike and then step out. So
That's
like
nice.
I can move in and out, and that's really nice if I'm trying to avoid, like if I'm just one-on-one with someone, that's what I would do, because then they have to move closer if they want to attack me. But when I'm around a group of people, I really want to have that opportune backstab, because it's an attack of opportunity that, I mean, it's a pretty good trigger. So if anyone strikes at him, I can hit.
Nice.
All right. Aden, you're up.
It's my turn.
Yep.
You're so far away.
I am so very far away. But
Pull a Thanos, be like, it's not my time.
it appears to be our job in this kind of thing. I'm assuming most of the crew isn't doing too much. So I will give a little nod to the captain. And we'll take off running. I must go. My people need me.
Oh,
You know,
can you
a
flip
little-
off the
a
top
little
deck for
wink.
panache?
I already have panache, but yeah, so I'm gonna just like vault the railing here. And let me know if I ever roll anything
Yeah, make me an athletic check for that one.
for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Athletics or
Phase
acrobatics, your
plant,
choice.
phase
Phase
plant,
plant.
phase
Phase
plant.
plant.
There we go. So in acrobatics will be a 26.
That's enough. You're able to just like vault off the rail and just like
Vault off the
land
rail.
on the deck.
Pum pum
I
pum.
also
Superhero
go
landing.
running. I have so much
With the one
speed.
knee.
Yeah.
How much speed do I
Break
have?
your knee. Like Deadpool.
I have 15, and so. I have 40 feet speed, so I'm gonna
40 feet? Dang.
yeah with
Dude,
panache.
you're a quick little mover.
Quicken.
I'm gonna get right up here, on top of the railing. Do I need to do anything else?
Nope.
All right. It's just kind of balance up there. That's one action. I'm going to pull out my axe, spark it a little, and point it at the octopus. Cinder, and launch deadly spark at it.
Okay.
Cinder! Thunder, thunder, thunder!
Which
Go
is.
ahead and give me that roll.
What is that even gonna?
Give me the good stuff.
What's the attack roll on that? I'm sorry, I'm not prepared for this.
Thunder.
Not forgiven.
Feel the
Or so-
thunder.
Ba, ba, ba. Lightning in the thunder.
I feel like you're gonna be rolling.
Ah.
I saw the rules for it. Let me see right in front of you.
Yeah, it's one. So it's gonna be 1, 2.
So it's 1d12 electricity with a reflex save.
Yeah,
So
but it's gonna be
auto
2d12 because you're above 6th level. So it's 2d12.
Yes, okay.
Making a reflex save, and it's going to be against your DC, your class DC.
Okay.
What is your class DC?
27.
27. All right, reflex save against 27.
No turning back. Ah.
Give him the bang. Give him the
22.
strength.
So he fails it.
Okay.
You have
14.
14 damage. So
Electricity damage.
yeah, you see Aden like run out, like jump off the deck, land, runs and hops up on the rail, and then pulls out the axe and just. And you see it's like lightning like build up the axe and then just like shoot off in an arc, and just.
It looks fantastic. Only does 14 damage, but it's like.
It looks amazing.
And I'm up there on the railing just with the axe. Toothy grin.
And your hair
You can see
like
the
sticking out a
electricity
little bit, yeah.
glints off my gold teeth in a few places as I smile. Yeah, that's my turn.
Elthoron, you're up.
Yeah, weak.
Okay.
Wink.
One clustered around him
What
like
a
that. Do I
homie
have
Yakamil.
to worry about my arrows if I want to miss?
I would say. I mean, you don't really have much line of sight.
If I miss, it probably goes over the octopus.
Yeah, I would say on a miss, you'd miss the octopus. On a critical miss, you might hit somebody.
Baryakamule right in the kidney.
Oh no.
Yeah. So yeah, go for it. Roll your attacks.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a flurry of arrows again. Pull out 2 arrows, quick succession. First one is gonna be a 37,
37 hits.
and the second is gonna be a 28.
28 also just hits.
Wow.
So hold on, take that back. The 20, I told you 27. It has a minus. A minus 3 second attack. So that's a 24.
24 misses. So first arrow just strikes true. Second arrow just grazes over it into the water.
Okay. I'm 37, so it's critical. Or is
No, 37 is just below being critical.
38's crit.
Yeah.
it? Right, that was last one. So I still have the 1d4 on this. I'm gonna roll.
It's like a high barrier for hurting.
It's gonna
High
be
barrier for pain.
with the poison. It's gonna be 18.
18. Okay.
Okay. I still have. Can we get an update on how he's looking? Like, does he look kind of torn up
he-
at all yet?
He's damaged. He's pretty badly damaged. He doesn't look like it's terrible.
This is a beefy boy we're dealing with here.
Yeah, he's an octopus. You don't really. I mean, he's a huge octopus. He's like taking some hits here, but yeah.
Could cut all the arms off an octopus and still look just fine.
Oh, I wonder if he's worth something. Let's gut him.
Yeah, I'm
Got
just wondering,
in.
like,
We're eating good tonight, boys.
let's go with another bow attack.
Yep.
So. Oh, natural 3 minus 6. That's not gonna hit. 16. Nope.
-3. Uh-oh, who has to make a reflex save?
How about Baryakamule? You're making the first reflex save. You're the biggest target.
Oh no.
So yeah, roll me.
Elthoron, I just want you to know that you've like slipped pretty low down on like the I might rage on you later stage. I'm just letting you know.
It's like shooting
Alright.
arrows between your legs, and
Yeah.
then it's like.
Oh no, that's probably not gonna be enough. That's a 22 reflex.
22.
I just said it was a 16 to hit.
Yeah, is not gonna be enough. So, Elthoron, go ahead and just roll stock arrow damage, not everything else.
And no poison. I have really high fortitude. I could save against it.
This one you just take 1d4. There's no save against this poison.
Oh, okay.
So is it just a d8 or something for the arrow?
It's 2d6
2d6. Just go ahead and roll the 2d6 and that's it.
plus the like weapon specialization, half strength, plus the d4.
I would say just roll the damage for the arrow because it wasn't like a direct hit.
Oh, gotcha.
I slightly dodged. I threw my hip to the side.
Just
right
give him
as
the
it
arrow
stuck in.
damage, so we're not like completely
So it's
one-shotting people. 9? You take 9 damage, Baryakamule.
Oh, I turn around, and look, and you can like see my angry, but because I'm also raised, you see like the lightning start crackling in my eyes. Like, well, we're gonna have a talk later.
The extra level of angry. Elthoron, you have one more action, right?
Yes.
Who would advise not shooting an arrow?
That's like
Do
the
your best.
one thing I have, other than moving closer, maybe. Wait,
Keep firing. You won't.
so you didn't move close. How far away am I from the front of the ship here?
Direct line.
Like 50 feet?
This
Ship
is only
at
like 35.
35?
Up to
I
here.
think the ship's only 60 feet long, or 65 feet long, something like
Yeah.
that.
So like to get up in the deck where I am, that's only 20 feet total. Straight line.
Yeah, but like I couldn't move to flank him right now.
Mm-mm.
5.
You said you could move to flank him?
I could not. I only have a 30 move.
You can move to the mast. Next turn, you could go up the rooster's nest, and then you wouldn't hit anybody. You could just shoot up there and be happy.
The rooster's nest.
Roosters, whatever it is. Crow's nest.
No, we're calling it Rooster's Nest from here on out.
I like it.
What would Elthoron do?
Another arrow. Here we go.
Yes!
Do it.
That's what Elthoron would do.
That's right.
Go for it.
That's right, Elthoron. Maybe he didn't even notice I accidentally did.
Or you saw it. Stick it
Gonna hurt
around.
it. 23.
23 does not hit.
23 minus
It's
what?
hitting Gixrat.
That's total, Jason, with your multiple attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one just like right over the top, like thung, sticks into the front of the ship, but doesn't hit any of your allies.
I ain't scared. I ain't scared.
I'm still. I turn around and glare at you again, just so you know.
And with that, it is Gixrat's turn.
Alright, I am going to now step away
Okay.
out of range and then move out with my other action 5, 10, 15, 20 feet in the air. And let's do that'll be the length of my movement, and then I'm going to cast Inspire Defense, because it's looking like this octopus is pretty harrowing. So I will go ahead and cast that on our body. So.
Okay.
Y'all don't need courage. Okay, so that is going to be a 31 against a DC 29, which is the level 9 DC.
Yep. And so you're easily able to inspire courage. Or
Fantastic.
inspire defense.
Fantastic. I'm also going to counter or cast Lingering Composition.
Okay.
That was actually what I was supposed to roll against, or roll for. So it lasts for 3 rounds,
Alright.
and that's going to be most
So-
of my actions.
Everyone gets +1 to their AC,
Correct.
and
And,
then-
plus 1 to save against fear.
and they get a resistance as well, or no?
Resistance equal to half the spell level's physical damage. So, or half the spell level for physical damage. So, resistance 5.
So you all have +1 to your DC, +1 for saves against fear, and resistance 5 to physical damage.
Correct.
And you were casting it on everyone in the party.
Sorry, it's just plus 1 to AC and saving throws, and then resistance 5 physical. Yep.
What is the range on it?
60.
So no fear.
60-foot sphere?
10, 15, 20,
Yeah,
25.
you got it. Are you casting it on the cold wind as well, or just on the party?
Yeah, I'll cast it on Cold One. I'll help
Okay.
out my homie. Ring!
Alright. So with that,
Someone tells me we're gonna regret that later.
A
you are
melodious
all-
tone.
Your
casts
defense
itself.
is inspired.
Alright, so
Alright,
I
Accommodation,
feel
you are
inspired.
Okay. Alright, I stop glaring at Jason. Holding this octopus arm, I'm going to draw my axe. And I'm going to smack this sucker something fierce. That is a 29 to smack.
That smacks.
39, sorry. 39
Oh,
to
39 smacks critically.
30. That is a smack right there. So that is going to be 2 d12s, I believe. 2d12
Thank you out there,
damage.
sir.
Oh, that is that a 9 or 6? 9. 9 plus 6 is 15 plus 8 is 23 lightning damage right off the top part.
Okay.
And then he's also going to take some sonic damage, only 1 sonic damage. So that's 24 total, but he needs to save against a fortitude 24. So, yeah, it's a save of 24, else he's deaf for an hour.
He saves.
Okay.
And you know what that means.
Attack of opportunity. Go for it.
Backstab.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
sweet.
Yes, sir.
Cool. That'll be a 31 to hit.
31 hits.
Oh,
Okay.
plus 5 more damage on that one for me, Parker. 5 more lightning damage, sorry. I forgot that.
Yep.
Okay, 31 hits. 3. Extra 13 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Baryakamule, your third action.
Ooh, my third action. I think I'm going to... What is the penalty on the axe? Is it -5?
I think it's -5.
-5? Okay, I am going to smack him again. Attempt to. Ooh, that one's probably not going to hit.
Smackaroonie.
Nope,
him
that
with
is
a
not going
whack.
to hit with the penalty. So I swing and a miss.
Okay.
I'll swing
And the axe doesn't go like flying into Elthoron or anything.
No, it's not that bad of a miss. It's
Okay.
25 minus 5, so 20 to miss, so it's not that bad. But
Yeah,
you
no.
do kind of see when I swing, my hip kind of twerks a little, and that's why I miss. It is because there's an arrow sticking in it. So you instantly see me look back and glare at Jason again.
Yeah, so the cold wind is in the octopus's grasp,
Oh yeah.
and he is going to roll to smack with the oar.
Let's say it.
Yeah, he's gonna take a roll to smack with the oar.
Or attack.
It's gonna be a miss. He's going to roll to smack again. That is going to be a hit.
Pumpkin.
For 16 damage. And as he's like like hitting it, he's gonna hit it like once, next swing and miss, and then get a good like thud on it, and then he's going to start cursing the octopus, who now has to make a DC 25 will save.
Okay. Yes, sir.
The octopus saves.
I ain't scared. Obviously,
Oh.
the octopus isn't either.
Yeah, octopus doesn't take curses seriously at all.
Okay.
So
So
it's-
upon you.
That. Who's in rage? Alright. The octopus is going to attempt to bite Karzjo.
Did he save his bleed damage?
Oh, let's check that real quick. He's got to take that bleed damage top of the round, and then he did not, so he will keep bleeding.
Still
So you
not.
notice that the bleed, he's still bleeding.
Gushing
So he's gonna
purple
attempt-
octopus blood.
Yeah, just like dark colored blood coming off. And he's going to attempt a bite attack against you,
Good
Karzjo.
Okay.
That is a 22.
Actually,
I'll
do they
miss.
have blood?
Yeah. I mean,
They don't have.
mollusk. It's not gonna be blood. It's gonna be some sort of hemolymph.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Yeah.
a hemolymph.
Oozing.
Yeah. It's oozing.
Oh,
In theory, he doesn't bleed. All
time
right.
to redecorate.
He is now making a beak
Oh,
attack
yeah.
against you, Baryakamule. He's trying to bite
Break
you.
it!
That is a natural 20.
Oh boy.
That
So
bites.
he's a 35 to hit. And so he's doing
Which is not is it natural? It's a critical because it's a 20.
Natural
right?
20, yes, it's a critical hit. So he's doing 12.
Remember, you get a +5 damage resistance.
You
That's what I was
do,
just thinking.
yeah. 26. Alright, so he gets you for 37 damage, minus 5, so you take 32.
32. Flesh wound.
Oh,
And that's not good. Oh, there we go.
that would wipe some of us.
I need
I
you
still-
to make a saving throw. Fortitude saving throw.
Woo! +1 to my fortitude. All right. What am I saving against? Do I get to know?
He bites you, and then it feels like you start feeling this burning sensation in the wound, where it feels like there's some sort of like gnarly bacteria or toxin that's getting into your system.
Yikes.
So I don't remember where it's at, but somewhere in my notes, if I save on a fortitude save, it's considered critical.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember where that's at, but okay. Here we go. Fortitude save +1. Roll good. What do we got? So 27 fortitude save.
That is just enough, and
So
you get hit by this, and just like you've had worse.
Flex and the poison comes out.
Yeah,
Some like
you got an arrow sticking out of your hip right now. You're fine. The octopus is going to use his third action to do another constrict on the cold one. Less damage this time. All right, there's 12 damage. And with that, Karzjo, it is your turn.
Okay. So since he's still bleeding, I am going to draw my venom dagger.
Okay.
That way I can do a little bit of venom and acid damage. And so let's go ahead and I will we'll just take a normal attack at him. So this will do. That's a 28 to hit.
28 just hits.
Boy. Okay. Okay. That'll do 17 damage, and then I'm gonna use my bit, so it's a DC.
DC 21 Fortitude. So it's what was the Fortitude save again? 21?
Yeah.
Yeah, he saves against that.
Okay. And just so you know, 3 of those damage were acid in case that applies.
Okay. That doesn't change anything with this one.
Okay, and then I will take one more strike with the dagger of venom.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good. That is a 20 to hit.
That does not hit.
Then that ends my turn.
Aden, it is your go.
It is my
Elthoron,
turn.
you're on deck.
Oh my goodness. What do I do?
So soon? I'm going to get some water. I will be back.
And our little Fey friend is still grabbed.
Grabbed. Yep.
Grab the boy.
Well, there is a lot of excitement. I should just run along the railing.
Do an anime style run?
Hmm?
Like a Naruto style run?
Yes, totally. With all the flair you can imagine. And, well, yeah, I'm going to, confident finisher.
Alright. Go for it.
Oh my.
For a
Woohoo!
34.
34 hits.
Okay. Pause 1 moment for damage calculations.
Cool.
All right.
You will.
Uh, 26 damage.
26 damage. Okay.
Yeah. And I shall set up the one action parry. Dueling parry.
Seal watches Aden comes running along the deck rail, and then just like with the axe, just one hit, just pretty major like gash to the side of the octopus, and then
Stormbreaker.
quick like switches feet, steps back, draws the cape around with the axe and not hidden inside the cape so you can't see it, and prepares a parry.
Still on the railing.
Still on the railing.
Hiya! On guard.
And with that, Elthoron, it is your turn.
More arrows!
Yep, send them. Keep them going.
No,
You guys have knives present down there.
you could fully flank if you want.
If you shoot me again, Jason, I just want you to know. I'm not even going to try not to rage on you.
There will be heck to pay, sir.
This is, I think this would be flankable. Is that right?
Yes, I could be flanked if you got up there.
You
So I can move 30. Does that mean I can move 30 turn one? That'd be like one turn.
Yeah, one.
You could
one,
get up
two.
there in 2 actions. You could get around it.
See, I see.
So you can get there in one action.
Keep my
Whereupon
distance. You know, like
you could maybe move up to here and shoot, and maybe you wouldn't be so likely to hit Baryakamule. But I don't know. Maybe it's
Yeah.
easier to shoot through his legs if you're right behind him.
I mean, technically the cold wind is in his grasp and like up in the air. So actually, I'm gonna put him on the 5-foot riser. So if you wanted to move to that angle and get over in here someplace, so you're shooting between
Shoot
Karzjo and Baryakamule, I would say you wouldn't have a risk of hitting anybody if you miss.
Is there like a giant shark or snake that's going to jump out of the water and eat Gixrat?
We'll see.
so.
I mean, yeah, we'll get to that.
Yes!
We'll see.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have this undername, which is concentration. It takes 2 actions. I get +2 stance bonus to the attack. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna fire a single arrow with extra concentration right here. Right
Okay.
through your leg.
All right, going for the trick shot.
Okay. Roll 2. 34.
34 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
We're looking at Good poison. Good rolls there. $16.
16. And with that, how do you want to do this?
Whoa! From
Oh,
downtown
Yeah.
comes Elthoron.
It's like, take your time on this one, right? So as Aden's over there swinging, I'm just like, got it, like all like, I'm aiming it right through Baryacamule's legs, taking my time, and then release it. It just goes like, it's a super quick arrow, super
Nice.
fast, straight to the target, straight into his like, into more of the body and the head area.
Yeah, and with that, it just like sinks in. You see the octopus like this like a little bit like as it like kind of like deflates into like this flat like dripping
Lifeless.
like lifeless mass on the floor of the deck, pinned there by arrows.
Ah, well, that wasn't so bad after all, was it?
Baryakamule,
Oh no.
go ahead and make a nature check to see if you can summon an animal to eat Gixrat.
Yes.
That's not cool. That's not chill. I don't like that.
25 nature check.
25. As you look at him and you're thinking about this and you're concentrating and you're like reaching out, you see his little fish like, and then splash back in the water and nothing happens. It doesn't get him.
I'm pretty angry. Not just because I have an arrow
Close
in my
enough,
head,
though.
because Gixrat's gonna live too. Can I roll to see if I'm able to control my temper or not, or if I attack Jason?
I mean, that's your decision to make if you're gonna like.
He did just kill the octopus.
He did just save the. Yeah, he just killed the octopus.
By shooting between my legs.
It
'cause the
was
last one hit my hip.
an
I'm not
incredible shot.
comforted.
Yeah, it was a good
I'm
shot.
not comforted.
But
Give me a flat check, Parker. I like to leave it to chance.
all right, leave it a chance. Go ahead and make me a will saving throw.
Will save me. Oh, lucky for you, my wisdom is incredibly high, Jason. That's definitely gonna save.
Yeah.
Natural one.
Yeah.
So that is a 30 to save.
Yep. Today, cooler heads
Lucky.
prevail.
Just
I'll come over and like right now, just really quick though, like just pull out the arrow and heal you.
no. I like stiff arm you when you walk up, and you kind of see some sparks go back up in my eyes.
You back up.
Are you gonna pull your own arrow
Back
out?
up. I pull my own arrow out and like stab it into the octopus and stride away.
Jason was like gonna attempt risky surgery, just pulling out his knife.
Stab you.
I got this. Just a flesh wound.
And
Okay,
so yeah,
I'm gonna. Yeah, let's go ahead.
I said you as this is going on, the cold wind is like prying itself out of the octopus's grasp, and goes ahead and gives it a couple good like hits for like good measure, and then promptly like gets out a little knife and starts cutting off pieces of the tentacle and feeding them onto his fish hook, and then throws his hook back into the water and gets back up on the front of the boat, starts fishing again.
Smart not there yet.
Just
Not
unfazed.
phased.
Yep.
Nice. I may be collecting the arrows that I can, so I got like 6 arrows scattered around it.
Yeah, I'd say you could probably get 4 of them back.
Would I? The ones that's like stuck, like these, the ones that's actually stuck into something, those ones I could collect, but just have to repair with the arrowhead later on.
Yeah, I would say yeah.
Okay, so then like 6 didn't fly over the edge.
So
Not
you're able to
those.
get back 2 of them are stuck, so you get 4 in good shape, and then 2 that you'll have to do repair work on.
Okay, sounds good.
You're not getting the one that like was in me. That one, when I jammed it, it like snapped. Like I broke it.
Gotcha.
That arrow's gone.
So maybe that's 3 good ones.
Yeah, 3 good ones and 2.
I'm considering taking my arrows out and donating them, but I hold them.
Yeah.
I reserve them.
So with that, I mean, it is 10:15. Do we want to call it a night, or?
Yes.
Yeah, we will
Sound good?
call it a night. and pick up here next week as you decide what to do with what's left of the octopus and this crazy little fey creature that is sitting on the front of your boat fishing still.
Nice.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
But yeah,
I'm definitely going to harvest some of that venom,
yeah.
which I don't know why I haven't used, because I still have the sea serpent venom, and I still haven't used it.
I think the reason why is because it doesn't do any. Are we still alive?
Yeah, we're still.
Oh, we're still alive.
All right.
Let's sign off.
Oh.
See everyone next week.
Great.
See you next week.
Tally-ho.
Bye,
See you guys.
Next week.
Cheerio. Pip pip.